Hello there, everybody! My name is Michael, and today I'm playing Nancy Drew number 12, Secret of the Old Clock. This is part of my 2014 Mega Nancy Drew Games Marathon. Basically, I'm playing all of the Nancy Drew games in one huge Mega Marathon, and I'm playing it live on YouTube in front of a studio audience. Hello, everybody in the studio audience! Hello, hello! You guys let me know if anything's going on. So, I mean, if I need to turn up the sound in the game, you guys need to let me know. So, I will pay attention to the studio audience while playing this game. If anybody has anything cool to say, I'll let you know what they're saying and things like that. Already I'm being told by Mungo Jerry 311 that I need to play as a senior detective.
Welcome to my latest case.
I guess I will play as a senior detective.
The year 1930. The place, the road to Titusville, where we find Nancy Drew behind the wheel of her blue roadster, pondering this question. Why did Emily Crandall, a girl whom Nancy knows only through their mutual friend Helen Corning, ask Nancy to drive all the way out to the Lilac Inn to see her? Does it have something to do with the fact that Emily's mother died barely a month earlier, leaving Emily to run the restaurant with only her guardian to help her? And more important, why, when she called, did Emily sound so desperate? The spunky teenager turns off the main road, blissfully unaware that Emily isn't all that awaits her at the end of the driveway. No, Nancy Drew is about to get her first taste of the mystery, intrigue, and adventure that are to become her destiny.
This is your destiny, Nancy Drew! Your destiny! So, I have actually read The Secret of the Old Clock. This game is based off the first three Nancy Drew books, the original Nancy Drew trilogy, released in 1930. Also, it's sort of based off the fourth book, Nancy Drew, The Mystery of the Lilac Inn, which was also written in 1930. So this is cool. We have a game which takes place in 1930 based off the original books.
Well, hello. I'll bet my bloomers you're Nancy Drew.
Oh, you can keep on betting your bloomers, lady, because I am Nancy Drew.
That's right. Are you Emily's guardian? You got it. I'm Jane Willoughby. I'm Emily's guardian, but only for the next 3 months until she turns 18. Then she's on her own. It smells like someone's been baking pies. Pies are the Lilac Inn specialty. We get orders from all over. Oh, that reminds me, your father called. You're supposed to call him. You can use the coin phone on the porch. Emily didn't say anything about you coming until just this morning. She didn't? Don't get me wrong, she can invite anybody here she wants. It's just that she's gotten so darn forgetful lately. Maybe she's just, still thinking about her mom. She misses her mom, that's for sure. So do I. Gloria and me, we were best friends, The two of us ran this swell little dress shop over in Capital City. But then she got hitched and I didn't. And the next thing I know, she's writing me saying it would sure take a load off her mind if I could take care of her little girl should something ever happen to her. Emily's father died in the war. Cantigny, I think. Anyway, I couldn't say no. I mean, what are best friends for? I just wish I knew how to help Emily. You make it sound like she's in some kind of trouble. She's been acting so... Look, go talk to her. She probably just needs to spend some time with a bear cat like you instead of some dumb Dora like me. Go on up, she's in her room. Just make like a Boy Scout and be prepared.
Oh, Nancy Drew. And this is the kitchen, I believe. This is the door to the kitchen. Let's go upstairs and meet Emily. Doobie 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 doo. So this is, I know it's called Nancy Drew, Secret of the Old Clock, but it's really based off the first three books. It's kind of craziness. I'll talk about it later on, point out the differences between the books and the actual game. Well, here's a major difference. There's no Jane or Emily in the Secret of the Old Clock book.
Nancy, hi. Welcome to the Lilac Inn. Oh, and before I forget, thank you for that nice note you sent me when Mom died. It meant a lot to me.
When Helen told me I felt so bad for you, I had to do something.
You and I may not be best friends or anything, but you're still one of the nicest people I know.
Alright, sorry, I got distracted reading comments from the studio audience. There has been a Jane in the past 3 Nancy Drew games, including this one. Craziness. Maybe I should call this the Jane era of the Nancy Drew series.
You obviously need to get out more.
That's why I'm hoping you'll do me a favor. A big favor. You and your dad.
My dad?
Helen says he's a lawyer.
Shh. What's wrong?
I thought I heard something. Your father has a safe, right?
You need to put something in a safe?
See this jewelry? I'd like you to take it home with you and put it in your father's safe.
It's beautiful.
It was my mother's. The few times I saw her wear it, she looked just like a movie star. I was hiding it here in my room, but all things considered, I'd feel a lot better if you would just take it home and have your father lock it up in his safe.
What about your guardian? Can't she take care of it?
Oh, I don't want her to know I'm doing this, so don't tell her, all right? See, strange things have been going on around here. That's all I can say. I know it sounds loony, and Jane probably told you that I've been acting loony, but please do this for me. What was that?
Emily, come downstairs, quick! The kitchen's on fire! Come on, we better get out of here.
Shouldn't you get dressed first, Emily? I mean, okay. She's just wearing her nightgown, I guess.
This is horrible, just horrible. The fire chief says the stove was completely destroyed and there's smoke damage everywhere. The inn will have to shut down for months, maybe even for good.
Oh dear. So, I just want to say the storyline. This was sort of taken from the third book, where we have this girl who has jewelry, and she doesn't want her guardian to know that she wants the jewelry put inside the Drew family safe.
Will insurance cover the damage? I asked the fire chief the same thing. He said there could be a problem. What kind of problem? It looked to him like one of the burners on the stove had been left on. The flame either went out or was never lit, but anyway, something made a spark, and boom. He said insurance companies are very reluctant to pay out when things look hinky, and that's when times are good. Who was in the kitchen this morning? Emily was the last person to use the stove. Like I said, she's been real forgetful lately. I think she's pretty upset. But it's not her fault. What with her mom passing away barely a month ago, and me showing up, this total stranger doesn't know the first thing about kids or running a restaurant, and her trying to do everything all by herself. It's just too much, that's all. Who wouldn't go a little off their nut? I better get that. The line to the regular phone got burned up in the fire, so now the only phone we got is the coin phone on the porch. Excuse me. Emily?
Emily? What is she knowing about? Run, Nancy, run! Run quickly!
My mother's jewelry. It's gone.
Dun dun
Someone must have
dun.
stolen it while we were all downstairs. I knew something like this was going to happen. I just knew it.
Oh no! In the book, the jewelry gets put in a safe, and it's all fantastic and safe because it's in a safe. That's why they call them safes, right? Cool. So, I'm reading here in the comments, somebody named Jesse B is talking about the 4th book. I haven't read the 4th book, but apparently the character in the 4th book, Mystery of Lilac Inn, the character is Emily Willoughby. So they sort of changed the names around, I guess? Don't know. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo, so where am I? I am playing this game. Yeah, she accidentally was using the stove?
Jane said that you were the last one to use the stove. Is that true?
I did not leave the stove on. That fire was not my fault. Oh, what am I going to do? Without that jewelry, I don't have a prayer of paying for a new stove. And without a stove, I'll have to sell the inn. And if I lose the inn... I wish Mom were still here. I wish Josiah Crowley had left us the money like he always said he was going to. That's what I wish.
Ooh,
Josiah
1930s
It
burn.
was this old man that lived next door. He died last year. He spent most of his time here at the inn, and he led my mom and me to believe that he'd left a lot of money for us in his will. He gave us a clock, and afterwards, he'd always point to it and get this little twinkle in his eye and say, "Time will tell." But when they finally found his will, He didn't leave us a penny.
Oh no. Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible. That's sad.
Was there a problem finding his will?
It didn't turn up for months. Then finally someone found it in a drawer in Josiah's house. Josiah was kind of a screwball. One time he showed up at my birthday party dressed as my great-aunt Harriet. I didn't know it was really him until 2 days later. Anyway, he had all these weird hobbies, and he always thought it would be really keen to read minds. Josiah invited Richard Topham to move in so Topham could help him develop his paranormal powers right there in his house. Josiah was a sweet old man, and I do miss him. And he was free to give his money to whomever he wanted. But to get our hopes up like that, and then leave us nothing, it just wasn't like him.
So this is the storyline from Secret of the Old Clock. This is we're jumping all around in the Nancy Drew series here. We had the jewelry storyline from book number 3, and then we sort of have the Lilac Inn storyline from book number 4, and now we're jumping back to book number 1 with Josiah, the crazy old man, but his will is missing.
Where is Richard Topham now?
He still lives in Josiah's house, which is right down the path out back. His house and the inn were built at the same time by 2 brothers during the Civil War.
And that is a storyline from book number 2. So you guys see what I mean about all these storylines coming together from different books.
Was your mother's jewelry insured?
Gosh, I forgot about that. I don't know. Jim Archer, I bet he'd know. He's our banker. I guess I should go talk to him.
So people in the studio audience like the way that, what's her face? Emily's here just staring at Nancy. I kind of like the fact that she never moves her legs. Ever. Ever, ever.
You don't sound very happy about it.
I'm just so bad at business things. And Jane, my guardian, she tries hard, but she's no good at it either. Maybe you could go talk to him. Please? It would be such a big help.
Sure.
He runs the Main Street Bank. You can't miss it. I'll call him and tell him you're coming.
Alright, so we are going to meet Jim Archer. Hooray!
How many people knew you kept your mother's jewelry in here?
No one. Well, Jane, my guardian, she knew, but I didn't tell anyone else.
Okay, everybody in the studio audience is complaining they don't understand how all these book storylines come together. I might explain more, I might not.
I'll be back in a little bit.
Don't forget to call your father.
Oh, who are you, my mother? Oh, jeez. Ooh, nice hat. This is a sewing machine.
Is this your sewing machine? Actually, that belonged to my mom. She and Jane used to be dressmakers. Mom was going to teach me how to use it, but she never got the chance.
So this is a book by Omar. Josiah liked this. He liked the poems. Strange, is it not, that of the myriads who before us pass the door of darkness through, not one returns to tell us of the road, which to discover we must travel too. Okay. Yeah, great poetry. It rhymes and everything. What's this? It's a music machine. Starry friend, she's often heard to say, how I wish that I could make you stay, even though she can't remain. Da 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 da. Okay, so that's the song from the previous Nancy Drew game. So here's a fun fact. You know, they have these black and white pictures. These pictures, some of them are like important pictures. So like one of them, I think this guy here maybe, I could be wrong, is Edward Stratmeyer. He wrote the outline for the first Nancy Drew book. This picture right here, this is, I actually looked this up, believe it or not. This is Mae Allison. She's an actress. She played Helen Corning in a movie called In for 30 Days, made in the year 1919. So it's kind of funny because Helen Corning is one of the Nancy Drew characters. Obviously, it's a coincidence because the movie was made in 1919, but still, pretty cool, right?
So, is Emily all right? Someone stole her mother's jewelry. What?
What? Oh my.
She was showing it to me just before the explosion. Now it's gone. Someone stole it while everybody was rushing around trying to put out the fire? Hypers! If you can't trust a fireman, who can you trust?
Hypers? I mean, you said it, sister.
Emily said you were the only one who knew she had that jewelry.
When Gloria was alive, she could have told people about it, or people may have seen her wearing it. And when she died, they knew the jewelry had to be around here somewhere, right?
Does anyone in particular come to mind?
Sorry. It's been hard enough getting to know Emily, let alone anyone else in this backwater burg. Well, guess better go call the sheriff.
Is that your car I saw when I drove up the driveway?
My old rust bucket's parked out back where nobody'll see it. Be nice to buy something decent, but last time I checked, my last name was Willoughby, not Rockefeller.
Well, I'll talk to you later.
Don't take any wooden nickels.
You know, something tells me this game has a lot of references to the 1930s. I'm just getting that sense. Ooh, hey, magazine. Ooh, President Roosevelt. Needs to lose some weight there. Okay, so this is Clever Hans, the horse. So this will help us out with a puzzle later on. Oh, Clever Hans. And Hobo Sign Language. Ooh, Hobo Sign Language. Very popular in the 1930s. Lots of hobos. It's the Great Depression. Everybody. Ninth planet discovered named Pluto. Pluto, huh? Wow, that sounds like an interesting planet. Yeah, I've never heard of Pluto. Is it a planet? I'm not sure. And President Obama says that the economy is going to recover. President Hoover says the economy is going to recover. Right. Different presidents hoping that the economy will recover. Oh, and here's a game. This is Bard Bounce. It's a Shakespeare game. So let me see. I don't know how to solve this game off the top of my head. This is actually going to involve work. Let me see. Does any solution automatically come to mind for you folks? Because it's not coming to my mind. Let's see. In order to get yellow there, I'll have to have two guys here. Oh, wait. No. Yellow. Here we go. Yellow is in place. So let me try to get blue in place. Let's see if I have red. Do. Oh, here we go. Double move. Green there. And blue is not going to be in place now. What was I thinking? Okay, let's try this again. What if I do this? Doo-ba-doo-doo. Sorry, people in the studio audience, I'm not paying attention to you again. Oh, I'm being a bad Michael. Oh, people are telling me what to do. Yellow left, blue down, red right. Okay, sorry people in the studio audience. But now red is in place, but I'm having trouble getting green into place, which means Oh wait, I think I've got it. Got it. Red right temporarily, so I move green up and left, and then red left. Hooray! 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 And people in the studio audience are, in fact, catching on to the joke that Pluto is no longer a planet, according to 2000 science. Oh well. But it was a new planet in the 1930s. Hooray! Hooray, hooray, hooray. So how long was Pluto a planet for? If it was a planet in the 1930s and it's no longer a planet... Well, let's get on to the actual storyline of the game. Okay, so in the actual book, Secret of the Old Clock, there is one clock that Nancy has to find. In this game, there are 4 clocks, and you have to solve a puzzle with every single clock. So let's start with this one. This is a slider puzzle. We need to move all the pieces around so Mr. Birdie Bird can go inside his hole over there to the right. Down, down, down. If that's down and that's down, Mr. Bird there. But, now I'm stuck. Okay, I'll figure this out. What if I do something silly like this? I don't automatically see the solution. This is difficult. People are saying, okay, so lime green elevator is saying that Pluto is a planet from 1930 to 2006. So Pluto was a planet for 76 years. And then it's no longer a planet. Poor Pluto. Oh well, at least Nancy Drew is still along. It's Nancy Drew has been around longer than Pluto has been a planet. Alright, and people in the studio audience say they like these puzzles, and they like Pluto. Oh, this one piece is still in the way. But if I move these up and then this piece down, and I move that piece right, then these pieces are in the way. What if I do that? Yeah, and if I move those, and I move those up, and that... Yeah! Hooray!
Wonder what this mirror's doing in here.
Do. I like this music. Can you people in the studio audience hear this music? I don't know if you can, but it's music.
Drop a nickel into the slot, please.
Oh, I have to pay to use the phone? Oh.
There we go. Now, how may I be of service?
I'd like to talk to Carson Drew. His number is KL57187.
Hang on a minute.
Carson Drew speaking.
Hi, Dad.
Well, I see you got to Titusville okay.
The car ran like a top.
It ought to. That's a fine car. You treat it well, it'll treat you well.
I was told that you wanted me to call.
Yeah, same with your
I need to get
boyfriend,
some documents
Nancy.
from a colleague over
Uh-oh.
there. I thought since you were in the area, you could pick them up. Save him paying postage.
Sure. What's the address?
He said he'd just leave them for you at the telegraph office. Just drive into town and look for Tubby Telegrams. He said you can't miss it.
Will do.
These papers are extremely important, Nancy.
I will pick them up, Dad.
Good. Remember, watch your gas gauge and get gas when you're low so you don't run out. And try to avoid potholes. The more you hit, the likely it is you'll wind up with a flat.
Yes, Dad.
And if you do get a flat, take it off and put on your spare. And then head straight to a gas station and get it fixed.
Yes, Dad.
All right, lecture over. Have you found out why Miss Crandall asked you to visit?
Oh, Dad. Okay, so this is Nancy Drew's father, Mr. Carson Drew. Hooray, hooray!
She wanted me to have you lock her mother's jewelry up in your safe. Only someone stole it before I could take it with me.
Stole it? Good gosh.
That was right after the stove in the kitchen exploded.
The stove exploded? Sounds to me like you'd be well advised to cut your visit there short.
No, I want to find out what's going on. I have to find out what's going on.
You have to?
Well, yeah, you know. Emily just lost her mom, and she's worried about losing the inn, and her guardian's all wet when it comes to helping out, and...
And the truth is, you are so curious that you feel like you'll absolutely burst if you don't find out why all these weird things have been happening, right?
Yes.
Don't worry, I know the feeling. You're a chip off the old block, I'm afraid. Well, as long as you like me in one other way, you should be fine.
What way is that? Smart?
Careful.
Oh, careful. Okay, so that's Carson Drew. This is Nancy's father. I like the fact that we can talk to him in this game. Yep. I don't have anything interesting to say here. He's just sort of naggy at this point, but he's a lawyer, so he knows all about wills. And I've never figured out what kind of lawyer Carson Drew is, because, it sort of seems to vary from book to book. So, I mean, in the first book, he's a lawyer, and they assign him to take care of the will, so he must be a will lawyer. But in the second book, he's doing real estate for a railroad company, so he's a real estate lawyer. And then what was the third book? He's working for the bank. He's investigating bank embezzlement, so he's a bank embezzlement lawyer. It's like, he's just super lawyer, solving all sorts of legal troubles with the greatest of ease.
If somebody says they're going to leave you something in their will and then doesn't, is there anything you can do about it?
Not a thing. Whatever's in writing is the only thing that counts, unless, of course, the will was tampered with or forged, and you can prove it. If not, you're out of luck. Why do you ask?
Emily's neighbor, Josiah Crowley, told her and her mom that they were going to inherit part of his estate. But when he died, his will left everything to this ESP expert named Richard Topham.
That's too bad, but this Crowley fellow was free to leave whatever he wanted to whomever he wanted, I'm afraid. People do change their minds, you know.
Alright, so the studio audience is saying that Dennis Regan is the voice actor of Carson Drew in this game, and they feel like his voice sounds sort of lowish. I think that might be on purpose, because phone conversations in the 1930s were not the highest quality, if that makes sense. So you couldn't really hear somebody as clearly as possible.
I met Emily's guardian, Jane. What does a guardian do, anyway?
A guardian is pretty much a surrogate parent. Jane is legally responsible for Emily's physical and financial well-being.
Jane doesn't strike me as being the parental type. In fact, I get the impression she's in way over her head.
Fortunately for her, it's not forever. Most guardianships end when the ward turns 18. Then both Jane and Emily will be free to do whatever they please.
If Emily sells the inn, will Jane get part of the profits?
If she's Emily's guardian at the time of the sale, yes. Are you suggesting that Jane's primary motivation is greed? Good grief, where did you get such a suspicious mind?
I think it was from the person who has always told me that the best way to solve a problem is to look at all the possibilities. Dad.
I did say that, didn't I?
Goodbye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
So the people in the studio audience like the fact that Nancy's been a teenager ever since 1930, so she's been a teenager for 80-something years now. Fun fact, Nancy Drew actually has gotten older. In the original 1930 book, she was 16 years old. In the 50s, they decided to make her, 18 years old. Ooh, piece of paper.
Looks like someone recently had a key appraised.
So she turned 2 years older, when she was technically 20-something, probably around 29 or so, but she hasn't turned any older since then. So that's important. We are actually going to use that piece of key for, we're going to actually get the key. And here is the house belonging to Richard Topham, who, for some reason, psychic powers... I don't understand, but he has psychic powers in this game. Not in the books, not anything like that. It's just they decided, hey, we need to make it more interesting. Psychic powers, that's what we're gonna go for.
Over here, Miss Drew. Find the toy mouse and give it to Yuri, would you please? Otherwise, he'll just keep meowing. He hates strangers.
So I think the mouse is here. Where's Mr. Mouse? Do you see a mouse? There it is. We'll give the mouse to the cat whose eyes don't really match. Like the eyes are facing opposite directions. Poor kitty. Aww, he's kind of cute. playing with his little mousy mouse. Anyway, Mr. Topham.
How nice of you to drop by. And thank you for walking instead of parking in the driveway. I'm expecting a pupil. I'd hate for her to have to park on the road.
And people are saying Mr. Topham has a top hat. Really? Mr. Top Hat? Oh, top hat? Yeah, maybe he does have a top hat. Although I kind of like his little bow tie. It's kind of nice.
How did you know who I was?
If one is to teach others how to develop and use their paranormal gifts, it's only logical that one must possess such gifts oneself.
Does that mean you can read minds or tell the future, or what exactly?
The paranormal includes telepathy, or communicating by sending and receiving thoughts, extrasensory perception, or perceiving that which cannot physically be seen or heard, and psychokinesis, using one's psychic energy to reshape or move objects.
Hypers.
Jeepers, you can do all that?
Yes. Well, on occasion. As I tell my students, increasing one's rate of success is simply a matter of practice.
Jeepers creepers, where'd you get those peepers? Those da-da-da-da weepers, oh they hypnotize, where'd you get those eyes?
Does everyone have paranormal powers?
To some degree, yes. The goal of the Topham School for the Study and Development of Paranormal Powers is to enable students to make the most of whatever gifts they have. I take them through exercises designed to help them increase their output of phantasmic energy. If you want to sign up for an introductory session, I believe I have an opening today.
No, thank you.
Oh, I'm afraid I'm busy, young lady, far too busy to engage in idle conversation.
When would be a good time for me to come back?
I'll be blunt, Miss Drew. I've discovered that the more time I spend with the, shall we say, intellectually unendowed, the more my cerebral pulsations seem to diminish. I'm afraid I cannot speak to you further unless and until you prove that you are worthy. That is, that your brainwaves are not unacceptably inferior and thus deleterious to mine.
So that's a really fancy way of saying, I don't want to talk to you because you're stupid.
My brainwaves are just fine, Mr. Topham.
What I have here is an exercise in logic. If you can discern the correct solution, then I'll know that conversing with you will do me no psychic harm. You may take it with you. Good luck and good day.
So can I look around, Mr. Topham?
Am I to assume that you have the correct solution to that logic problem?
Oh, I haven't even looked at the logic problem yet, buddy.
Any chance you'd reconsider?
Sorry. Unless and until you solve the problem correctly, we cannot speak.
Well, fine, I'll just look around the house. This used to be Josiah Crawley's house.
Would it be okay if I looked around?
Go right ahead. The place is more like a museum than a house.
Yeah, in the book, Mr. Topham doesn't show up until, like, halfway through the book. And he gives Nancy money for a charity. He gives her a $100 bill, which is $1930, which is, like, craziness.
What do you do with these?
I put them on the windshields of cars parked in the area. Great advertising.
Ever put them on cars at the Lilac Inn?
All the time. I've gotten quite a few pupils that way.
See, in the book, the Tophams are this rich family. They're rich because they're living off of Josiah's money. And Richard Topham, he has two daughters who are Nancy's age, and, you know, they went to high school together. And they are just annoying, mean, stuck-up girls. They rip a dress and they blame it on Nancy. Oh, they're just horrible. Depending on which copy of the book you're reading. I think the other copy of the book, they break a vase and blame it on Nancy. So, you know, his daughters are more the villains than he is in the actual book. We have a Carousel Horse, which looks like it's from Nancy Drew, the Haunted Carousel. Wait, that is from Nancy Drew, the Haunted Carousel. What craziness.
The man on stage in this picture, is that Josiah?
Yes, that's from a production of A Midsummer Night's Dream that he directed and starred in. It closed after 2 nights, but he didn't care. He loved that play.
Aw, and Josiah loved being in a play. Yay. They decided to make him a Shakespeare nut for some reason in this game. Wait. I know that tune. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a 1932 day. Music! Okay, so some people in the studio audience think the spoons are the culprit. The culprit of what? You mean the spoons wrote, like, the fake will, which gives all the money to Topham? And people do agree. This advertising thing does look like he has a headache. Doobadoo. Oh no, a dead parrot. No, Lulu, no. Putting physics to work in the modern world. A radiometer. Okay. Cool. Evil giant robot machine. Yeah, I like how the cat makes scared sounds whenever you turn this thing on. Okay, so what are we doing here?
What are you when you win barred bounce? What poet is the cat's meow? What will Para, my miniature golf course, get you? What's Gloria's middle name?
Okay, so this is how we get into the carriage house. We need to answer all 4 questions. We won barred bounce. We found the poet. We don't know the middle name, so we might as well ask the middle name. And...
Decoder is in the...
And golf.
2 to
Yes.
the right.
Yes, golf. Okay, so this is Topham's test. So, for example, this is fall down, right? So that will help us figure out all these answers. So, for example, this would be all
That
wet.
looks right.
Turn to page, Nancy. This is doll up.
Am I smart or what?
This is double cross.
I'm getting there.
This is you're down. No, dry up.
That looks right.
Big cheese.
Am I smart or what?
Okay, we figured it out. Okay, and here's another clue. The decoder is in the trivet. Rivet. There's a frog. Room off tunnel by scrambled picture. Tesla coil. We have these cues.
Bottom's Q is in Note to Gloria.
So many puzzles. So many puzzles. So many puzzles. In the book, he just hid his thing inside the clock, and Nancy had to find the clock. So that was it. There weren't so many puzzles. Oh dear.
It looks like Josiah lent a trivet to someone, but I can't make out to whom.
So the trivet, we need to go to Twin Elms to find the trivet. So that's also going to be a puzzle. I don't think Nancy has, like, her case notes here. But because I'm a senior detective, I don't have a list of the puzzles. So I'm going to have to remember them. So that means, like, work and remembering and stuff. So fun fact, they got an actual cat to play the cat, right? Yay! Doing the cat voice. Ooh, and here's a
Josiah's
clock.
Everything in here was Josiah's.
Yes, somebody in the studio audience. Nancy Drew's like, wow, am I smart or what? And I'm like, yeah, I'm the one who solved the puzzle, not you, Nancy. So this is a matching puzzle. Make matches. Not too difficult. Alrighty, this is good. So we found like 2 of the clocks so far. I guess we need to find the other 2, and then we'll be all set. So, what's happening? Aha! Something's happening. Okay, cool. We have a mirror. A mirror. A mirror. Woohoo!
So, you have the solution to that logic problem?
Well, you're psychic. Shouldn't you already know that?
I think I do.
Let's have a look. Sorry. Unless and until you solve the problem correctly, we cannot speak.
What? What? What in the what? All wet. Doll up. Double cross. Dry up. Big cheese. What did I do wrong, everybody? Because those look like correct answers.
So, you have the solution to that logic problem?
Right here.
Let's have a look. Sorry. Unless and until you solve the problem correctly, we cannot speak.
Oh, man. Okay, so, yeah, I don't see what my mistake is. Did I miss one? That's all wet. Double cross. Dry up. Big cheese. Which one is the one that's wrong? Because it's not letting me change the answers to any of them. Huh! So what are people in the studio audience saying? Double cross? They're saying crisscross, but they're not crissing. Okay, I can try that. I mean, the game isn't letting me change my answers to any of these things either, so let's just leave. Let's find out what the middle name to Emily's mom is.
What's cooking?
Have you met Richard Topham?
Yeah, I've had the displeasure of meeting that quack.
You don't think he can help people develop their psychic powers?
The only thing he's good at is separating little old ladies and dim-witted rubes from their hard-earned cash. In fact, he came over while they were putting out the fire today. Asked me who you were, and I was so frazzled at the time I told him. I don't usually give that crackpot the time of day.
Josiah Crowley seemed to think he was legit.
Like that circus fella said, there's a sucker born every minute. Me? I think ESP is a lot of J-U-N-K.
What was Emily's mom's middle name? Do you remember?
Of course I do. It was... Oh, piffle. It's right on the tip of my tongue. It was... It'll pop into this feeble brain of mine one of these days. Why don't you just go ask Emily?
Well, I'll talk to you later.
Bye now.
Everybody is saying it's crisscross, but no, it is double cross. Do you see? Do you not see? Look. Cross and cross. Double cross. Double cross. Double cross. Because there are two crosses. It's clever. Strange.
Hi, Nancy. What was your mother's middle name?
Lois. Why?
Oh, just curious. Is the clock in the parlor the one Josiah gave you?
Yes. I don't know why he gave it to us. It's never worked, and nobody can open it to find out why.
Do you know anything about a cue Josiah left your mother in a note?
No. Why?
Oh, just curious. I'll be back in a little bit.
Thanks again, Nancy.
Yeah, people are suggesting maybe this is a glitch. I don't know. The game isn't letting me change my answers because my answers are correct. So, like, I'm typing here. I don't know where I would highlight to select that. I mean, I can't select answer, can I? No. I don't know, maybe going away and coming back later is what I have to do, because I have no idea what I'm doing here. Oh, well, I found out the middle name Lois. So I can actually, kind of solve the puzzle, right? So I think the first one was keen. Yep, I'm keen when I win the Bard Bounce game. The poet he liked was Omar. And when I win mini golf, what do I get when I win mini golf? I don't know. I guess I'll have to go mini golfing. I'm gonna try this again.
Hello, Mr. Topham.
Hello, Mr. Top Hat.
So, you have the solution to that logic problem?
Right here.
Let's have a look. Sorry. Unless and until you solve the problem correctly, we cannot speak.
No! 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 Does this mean I have to restart the game from the beginning? Because I don't know how to do that solution. I mean, that is the solution. He's not accepting it.
Oh, a miniature golf course. Swell.
Okay. Well, I might actually have to look this up and see if there's a problem. Secret of the Old Clock, Topham quiz, glitch. We'll see if anybody else has had that problem. Do 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 do. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Should I start the game over or not? Because that quiz is not working. What do you guys think? I'll let you people in the studio audience know. People are agreeing that this is just the game messing up. Oh, am I gonna have to restart the entire game from the beginning again? Maybe if I save the game. Yeah, if I save the game and then maybe reload the game, I could second chance craziness. Whoa, second chance takes me here? What?
That looks right.
Okay, second chance, maybe second chance. Oh, and people are suggesting trying to capitalize the first thing of every word. We could try that. All wet.
That looks right.
Doll up.
Am I smart or what?
You're super smart. But see, Nancy's complimenting herself, which shows that I have the right answer.
I'm getting there. That looks right. Am I smart or what?
Okay, let's try this.
So, you have the solution to that logic problem?
I think I do.
Let's have a look. Why, you appear to have indeed found the solution.
Hooray!
Since you've proved yourself to be intellectually above average, which means talking to you should do me no harm, what would you like to talk about?
No, seriously, she did not accept it because I didn't capitalize the letters. What? You are crazy, Mr. Topham. Crazy.
When and how did you meet Josiah Crowley?
Last summer, while on my way to the university for a conference, I stopped for a bite at the Lilac Inn. Since it was crowded and I was in a hurry, I agreed to share a table with an elderly gentleman who, like me, was by himself. As soon as I told Mr. Crowley who I was and what I did, well, he insisted that I give him a training session that very afternoon, and was so thrilled with his progress that he demanded I stay and teach him everything I knew.
So it was his idea that you set up your school in his house?
Oh, I know rumor has it that I somehow tricked him into it, that I insinuated my way into his home, but I assure you that was not the case.
So in the book, basically, Richard Topham forced Josiah to stay in his house. Basically.
Were you surprised when you found out that Josiah had left you everything?
Delighted? Yes. Surprised? Not really. Josiah was all alone, you see, surrounded by people like the Crandalls and that banker, Jim Archer. People who were nice to him only because they knew he had money.
It was nice talking to you.
Drop by anytime.
Come on, Mr. Topham. I think you are the definition of somebody who was only nice to him because he had money. Seriously.
Was this Josiah's clock?
Everything in here was Josiah's.
That was so weird. That just weird that I needed to capitalize everything, and the game wouldn't let me go back and capitalize things because I had the right answers. Weirdness, weirdness, weirdness. Okay, so this puzzle again. And then there's this puzzle. Looks like it's different this time around, so I think we can confirm that the puzzle changes every time you play the game. Butterfly, butterfly in the sky, I can fly twice as high. Nice top hat. Ooh, I'm doing well. I'm usually not good at these puzzles. I'm usually a failure like this. Yay. Yay. I've got this. Okay, so everybody in the studio audience is very, very happy that I did not have to restart the game from the beginning again, because I've been playing for an hour, because I've been playing slowly. But, you know, I like to have everything done and stuff.
As you'll soon realize, Josiah's mental faculties were starting to go, I'm afraid. He tended to ramble. Very little of what he wrote in there makes sense.
So if I was trying to beat this game as quickly as possible, for example, I would be much farther along in the game now.
Where are you when you win, Bard Bounce? What poet is the cat's meow? What will par on my miniature golf course get you? What's Gloria's middle name? Becoder is in the rivet. 2 to the right.
I guess Richard Topham is just very obsessed with grammar. He knows that being groovy is no excuse for abandoning the basic principles of grammar.
Like Josiah lent a trivet to someone, but I can't make out to whom.
Okay, so I need to look at these clues again.
Bottom's cue is in note to Gloria.
Boo 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 boo. Okay, so let's go miniature golfing, because everybody loves miniature golf, right? Miniature golf. It's a fun little challenge, which is very easy, you know, extremely easy, by the way. I'm sure I'll beat it on my first try. Where is miniature golf? Here? Yeah, here it is.
Oh, a miniature golf course. Swell.
Swell. Okay, swell. So, it costs 10 cents. I have $3.40. And I need a golf ball. And a golf club, yes. Okay, so I need to get a par. I need to get par or under 21. So I need to get 21 here. Okay, so I can beat this in 2 shots. Okay, 2 shots. Not getting par on this hole. Okay. What? No. Oh, come on. Seriously? Okay. Yeah. Did you see that? Nice little bouncing action there. Very nice. Okay, go. And I can't really do anything here. Not a lot of room. I can't move my cursor to the right to make her bounce the ball farther. Farther. Her father's golf ball. Yes.
I hit it too hard.
Ow! What? No, but it went right over the hole! Okay.
I hit it too hard.
Okay, seriously, this is not funny, Nancy. Okay, so I have 13 and par is 21, so, yeah, I have a top secret though. If you go inside here, very easy to get a hole in 2. Yeah, what do you think about that? And par is 2, so, huh. Alrighty, got this.
I hit it too hard.
Whoa! Hey! Nancy says she hit it too hard when, yeah. So this is cool. This is actually kind of cool. This is from, I mean, this is also seen in Nancy Drew, Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon, the little craziness there. Okay, so, let me see. So I need to get 4 more shots in order to get under par. Well, in order to make par. So I'll do this here. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. Okay, I haven't made par. Can I just go home now? Can I just quit and go home? No? Too bad the game doesn't let you, like, back away and quit the challenge once you've failed.
I hit it too hard.
I like how Nancy's like, oh, I hit it too hard, but it goes perfectly inside the hole anyway, so, yeah. Yes?
Oh, horse feathers.
Horse feathers! Okay, well, I failed once. Sorry, everybody. I got 4 over par. Okay. We'll play again. We'll play again. And actually, we are going to be smart and save money. We're gonna save money by saving the game here. That way I don't go broke.
I don't need 2 scorecards.
Oh, hey. I don't need to do that. Great. I don't have to spend extra money to go golfing again. How do I go golfing again, though? Oh, okay, I figured this out. I throw away my old card because it's a bad card, and then I have to pay for a new one. Okay. Got this. Okay, so, mini golf. If you've seen my original video walkthrough for this game, you know that it took me 8 tries to get mini golf. Yeah, okay. No. No. Yes. Okay, 10 shots on hole number 1. Oh no, why does the ball keep getting stuck here on the side of the screen where I can't move it? Okay, perfect shot. Yes! Okay. Come on, cheat, work. Yay! Let's try this again. Oh, come on! Okay. Oh, come on, Nancy. Nancy cannot do golfing. Why is this challenge even in the game? There was no golfing in The Secret of the Old Clock. I read the book. There was no golfing. No, seriously, I did. There was no golfing in the book. I'm not making things up. You know who's making things up? The game. Because it's making it seem like there was golfing in the book when there totally was no golfing.
I hit it too hard.
Wow, okay. And failure. I hope you people in the studio audience are keeping track of all my failures. Yeah, 45 on a course of 21 par. That's double the par. Okay. So, oh boy, people are liking this. I just need to slow down and use the walls. Alright, that seems like good advice. Again, I'll try this. Okay. There we go. So I'm just gonna get a 3 on this one. 3. Even though par is 2. Okay, so now here I just have to do a super huge hit. Right. On the fantasy fairway. And I fail. Perfect here. Yes. Very nice. Okay, so I'm still over par, but don't worry, because, you should be worried. I don't know. I'm trying to come up with a good reason why you shouldn't be worried, and I failed. Just like I'm failing this challenge. Okay, cool. Good. Perfect hit, right? Bounce. And here.
I hit it too hard.
Oh, shut up, Nancy. Nobody. Okay. It's okay. I've got this. I just have to take 2 extra shots because I failed that one shot. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That ended up working better than I expected. That ended up working worse than I expected. 1, 2. No. This hole. Oh, you need to be at like the exact right spot to hit up here. Because otherwise you'll just get bouncing off the walls. Oh, and I was doing so well too, and now I'm already over par.
I hit it too hard.
You know, I hate how Nancy says that when she just says that. It's like, oh, Michael, you're a loser. You just stink at this. Oh, horse feathers. Okay, try again. I hope you guys are keeping track because I'm not keeping track. Yeah. Do you people in the studio audience have anything you want me to talk about? Because I've got plenty of time to talk about things here. Why don't I talk about Mr. Topham a little bit? It's something that the older Nancy Drew books do, that the more recent ones do, where, you know, Mr. Topham is clearly the villain. That's how it works in the old book, and kind of here in the game a little bit. It's obvious he's just a nasty guy, and therefore he's the culprit, and he wrote the fake will. He's bad, nobody likes him. And that's just something the old books do. The culprit is obvious in all of the books. It's always the guy who's ugly and mean and nasty in those first 3 books. Whereas in the more modern books, they try to have like 2 or 3, actually probably like to have like 4 or 5 different suspects so you can try to guess who the culprit is. But no, in these old original Nancy Drews, you always knew who the culprit was. It was all obvious who the bad guy was, and you were rooting for Nancy the whole time to defeat the bad guy. As opposed to, you don't know who the bad guy is, Nancy must figure it out and then defeat the bad guy, and this is another failure, isn't it? Oh well. So I have to keep going in case I get really lucky on the final hole. Because the final hole is the one with the largest par, right? Okay, so Ben is saying that Richard Topham is not the culprit. Ida and Isabel, it's actually Ada and Isabel, those are his daughters, Isabel and Ada, A-D-A. Although Richard Topham has a nice suit, so, you know, Angel Darkness 101 is right. Richard Topham does have a classy suit. He does have a classy suit. I forget if he has a classy suit in the book or not. Just watch my, I made a review for the book, Secret of the Old Clock, and I have the picture of Nancy at the Topham house with the two daughters and everything, and Nancy getting the clock from them. It's actually really nice. I like that section of the book. Because Nancy knows she's looking for the clock, but the Tophams inherited everything from Josiah Crowley, right? So while she's visiting the Topham house, she pulls the trick where she pretends her watch isn't working. She's like, oh no, my watch isn't working. Better check the time on your fancy clock. Oh, seeing as we're talking about the clock, do you know what happened to Josiah's clock?
Missed it.
It was very clever. I like that. I really did like that. Nancy was being clever there in that book. And redo! I like this. I like talking about different things other than golf. It gets my mind off of the fact that I'm a failure at golf. Wait! I could get par. Perfect shot! Perfect shot! Okay, well... settle for 3. Who set the par for this course, anyway? Golfy McGolferson? I don't know any famous 1930s golfers, otherwise I would have made a clever 1930s golfer reference. And, like, one person would have understood the reference and found it hilarious. Round 5. Round 4? Is this round 4 or round 5? And why are we talking about Amelia Earhart in the comment section? I guess it's round 5. People are agreeing that this is round 5. Round quinque, which is, that's Latin for 5, yes? I forget my Latin, though. It's unum, duo, trea, quattuor, quinque, sextus, septimus, octo, something, novem, and, decim, unadecim, duodecim, tridecim, I don't know. Golfy McGolferson is the culprit? Oh boy, Golfy McGolferson. I knew it. I knew he was the culprit. Okay, so I'm at 10. I might be under par. I just have to do really, really well here. Yeah, so in the book, Nancy basically learns that the will is hidden inside the old clock, so that's why she goes to the old clock. I mean, that's why she's trying to find Josiah's old clock, is because that's where the will is hidden. But it turns out the will isn't really hidden there, it's just the safe key, the key to his safety vault, and that's where the will is hidden. So we'll see that later on. We'll actually visit the bank if we ever finish with golfing. Yay! Ooh, and yes, Yes?
Missed it.
I was off by one! You should have let me accept that. You should have just said, Michael, we feel sorry for you, and then give it to me. Round 6. Round 6. Alright, I already did singing in this video. People are asking me to sing. I already did singing. I sing Jeepers Creepers. See, if I wasn't busy like playing a game right now, I'd look up more 1930s songs for me to sing. What are famous 1930s songs, people? Because I want to stay in with the theme of this game, which is 1930s golf failure. Do you have any famous golf songs? I've got, it's funny because I've got a whole thing of old songs that I know. I just don't remember. I just don't know if any of them are from the 30s. I could sing like Tippy Tippy Tin. Was that from the 30s? Tippy Tin, Tippy Tin. Oh, come on! Don't you hate it when like the golf ball is like right here? It's like right next to the hole, but not inside. Rosalie, my darling, Rosalie, my queen. Something? 1930s songs. So now I actually have time. Okay, so the 100 best songs of the 1930s. Let's see if I know them. God Bless America. I know that one. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. Ooh, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. That's late 30s. Oh, I guess it's not 1930. I guess it's the 30s as in the decade music as opposed to 1930, the year. Let's check some of these other songs here. Oh yeah, Bing Crosby. Ooh, and Benny Goodman. Silent Night. I know that. That's a Christmas song. That's the number 5 best-selling song of the 1930s was a Christmas song. Okay. Noche de paz, noche de amor.
I hit it too hard.
Hey, nice. Darn, diddly darn. Okay. I don't know any of these other ones. If I didn't care, One Clock Jump, Body and Soul. I Can't Get Started. Clearly that is a song about, somebody trying to get their car to work. I Can't Get Started. A Tisket, a Tasket. I know that. A tisket, a tasket, a green and yellow basket. And on the way I lost it. I lost my yellow basket. Yeah, failures. Nothing but failures. Well, no, I like 1930s music in that, they had a lot of trombones. I like that. Whereas music nowadays, it's just synthesizers. So music is all boom, 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 chicka, boom, 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 yo, it's like, ugh. And you have the guy with the whiny voice singing to the synthesizers, too. Yeah. What happened to Pennies from Heaven? Wasn't that a song? I don't see that anywhere here on the list. But no, my list disappeared. What happened to my list? No, guys. Oh. Here we go. Oh, wait. Sorry, I'm playing a Nancy Drew game, right. Ow! See, if I can't make the cheat in one shot, I guess I just go for the hole normally. There's no way I'm making par on this. So, studio audience, do you think I should just quit? You know, when it's obvious I'm not going to make par, just restart here instead of going for rounds 4 and 5. I mean 5 and 6. Really? Really? Like here, I mean, I'm already over par. Should I just reload here instead of going all the way? Oh, Pennies from Heaven is on the list. Nice. Okay. And, Boogie Woogie. Ooh, it don't mean a thing if ain't got that swing. Brother, can you spare a dime? Yeah, that's a popular one. T for 2. I could sing that one. I'm discontented with homes that are rented, so I have invented my own. Oh wait, that song's a duet. Darling, this place is a lover's oasis where life's weary chase is unknown. Far from the cry of the city where flowers pretty caress the stream. Cozy to hide in, to live side by side in, don't let it abide in my dream. Bum-ba-dum-bum, picture you upon my knee, just T for 2 and 2 for tea. Can't you see how happy we could be? Oh, I'm mixing up lyrics again. Sorry. Picture you upon my knee, just T for 2 and 2 for tea. Me for you and you for me alone. I will wait, you will wake and start to bake a sugar cake for me to take, for all the boys to see. Oh, voice died there. A sugar cake for me, for all the boys to see. We will raise a family, a boy for you, a girl for me. Can't you see how happy we could be? It's a nice song. What about The Girl I Will Marry? Was that a 1930s song? The girl I will marry will have to be as soft and as pink as a nursery. The girl I call my own will wear satin and laces and smell of cologne. Her nails will be polished and in her hair she'll wear a gardenia and I'll be there. Instead of flitting, I'll be sitting next to her and she'll purr like a kitten. A doll I can carry, the girl that I marry will be. Guys, I finished it! Yay! Yay! So 23 over 23 minutes. Okay, about 25 minutes to beat golfing. I did it, everybody! Okay, now I'm all singed out. Okay. Good, because I ran out of 1930s songs. And I got a pony! I got a pony. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So let me actually show you the golfing trick. The trick is to save your game, right? After every single golf thing. So let me see if that actually works. if it actually saves you in a mid-game. So, like, for example, that was a good round, I'll save my game here. If I failed it, I would reload. And if I make par here, I will do the exact same thing. Okay, good. I do like the music for this game.
I hit it too hard.
Nancy.
I hit it too hard.
Okay, so that was par. I could have done better, but it's still par, so I'll accept it. So that was not par, so let me actually load and see if it actually does save my game. Yeah, okay, so it does save it. So this is the best way to play mini golf, is to save your game after a good round. If you get par or less, save your game. If not, don't save your game. And this is definitely not par or less, is it? Yeah, that's par. So I'm going to do this to get another pony. Yeah, that's what I like about the 1930s with the swing dance music, in that their music is, it's meant to be danced to. Whereas the way people dance now is just like, it's not swing dance, that's for sure, where you have to actually put a lot of effort. Dancing is more like today. Whereas it was a major workout in the 1930s. All those people jumping and dancing and moving around and grooving to the beat. Reload. So I'm just doing this to get another pony, that's all. Reload. And eventually I will actually get to the actual game. The actual Nancy Drew game, because that's what I'm supposed to be doing here. I'm supposed to be playing like a Nancy Drew game or something. Yeah.
I hit it too hard.
Oh, come on. That was a perfect shot, Nancy. I don't know if that's par or not. So let's see what the old songs I have on my computer are. I'm sure they're somewhere here. Unless they're not. Was that par? That was over par, so I'm gonna have to try again. Oh, wait. Right, I'm playing a game here. So people who are watching this afterwards, you can just skip through the mini golf challenge. I'm sure you have, unless you liked watching me fail. In which case, you are cruel, cruel people. Okay, that's under par. Alright, so old songs. What are my old songs here? I Never Promised You a Rose Garden. Ooh. All the Things You Are. I don't remember that one. Until all the things you are mine. Tisket a Tasket. Yeah, I already sang that. Babyface, that's fine. Behind Closed Doors. But no one knows what goes on behind closed doors. Believe Me if all those endearing young charms. Campdown Races, so that's a nice song. Darn that dream I dream each night. I dream you're here and you hold me tight. But when I awake you're out of sight. So darn that dream. Darn that dream and bless it too. If not for that dream, I never would have you. But it haunts me and it won't come true. So darn that dream.
There we go.
This has been Professor Michael teaching you all about 1930s songs, giving you an education in the 1930s. Ooh, Blue Pony. Nice. Oh, right. This is also a golf game. Let's solve this game, shall we? Let's not. We'll do that later. Cool. Because I've had way too much time here at the golf section. And the people in the studio audience are talking about ponies. Wait, no, somehow I got turned around. So let's actually solve this challenge now that we have now that we know that we get a pony for solving the challenge. We can actually solve this, okay? Bard's Bounce. We are keen for beating Bard's Bounce. The cool poet he likes is Omar. For being good at golfing, we get a pony.
I still need to find out what Emily's mom's middle name was.
It's Lois, Nancy. Oh, I guess because I reloaded, Nancy didn't ask that yet. Let's see if I can cheat. Nope, I can't. Sorry. Okay, let's talk to Emily about what her mom's middle name was.
Hi, Nancy.
Oh, and people in the studio audience are blaming me for bringing up ponies. I did not bring up ponies.
What
The
was your mother's
game
middle
gave
name?
me a pony.
Lois. Why?
Oh, just curious. Is the clock in the parlor the one Josiah gave you?
Yes. I don't know why he gave it to us. It's never worked, and nobody can open it to find out why.
Do you know anything about a cue Josiah left your mother in a note?
No. Why?
Oh, just curious.
Nancy, quit pulling off the just curious excuse.
I'll be back in a little bit.
You're the bee's knees.
Ooh, whoa, I'm the bee's knees. Right, awesome. I'm not making a phone call. Okay, so now we can finally get inside this area. Oh, I have to do the entire thing over again? No, I don't. Okay, just the final one. What are my other old songs? Day in, day out. I only know that part of the song. Day in, day out. Oh dear, and this is clock number 3, which means I'm actually going to have to go back and solve the golf puzzle. Let's do that later, though. Yeah, okay, so let's actually move. Let's actually move and get outside. So what I think, what they could do to improve this game, this is just me, I think it would have been nice if they brought back the announcer, because they had the announcer at the very beginning of the game. I think it would be cool if the announcer just goes back and does more announcing at this point. As Nancy Drew drove away from the inn,
Hello.
she
Miss
wondered
Odell?
what could have happened to the
I found
jewelry.
this receipt, and I just wondered what you could tell me about it.
Let me see that. One key, determine resale value, item 493. Oh, yeah. This was for that key Jim Archer wanted me to appraise.
Jim Archer wanted you to appraise a key?
It was very ornate. Had jewels all over it. Fake jewels, as it turned out. When I told him it was worthless, the cheapskate refused to pay me and told me to keep it.
Do you think I could have it?
Sure. once you pay the appraisal fee.
Which is...
$1.50.
Here you go.
Good. Here's the key. Enjoy.
Highway robbery. Highway robbery. Well, I'm not on the highway, but that is still robbery. Let's meet with Mr. Archer.
Hello, I'm looking for Jim Archer.
Right through that door. Hello, are you Nancy Drew?
Okay, so this is going to be a fun fact, also a very disturbing fact, but this is Jim Archer. If you read the original Nancy Drew books, or if you read the 3 Nancy Drew books, he is the one who is going to marry Nancy's friend. Nancy's friend is engaged to this guy. Yeah. Just think about that for a second. Yeah. Ew.
Sounds like Emily called you.
Yes, ma'am. Jim Archer. I'm founder, president, manager, and just about everything else you can name when it comes to this fine enterprise.
I hear that some businesses aren't doing so well these days.
Ever since the stock market crashed, one business after another has closed, including banks. President Hoover keeps saying that a recovery is just around the corner, but you have to wonder.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad for the presidents, because everybody blames them, but I mean, the president does politics. He doesn't really do, bank stuff, right? That's for the bank guy. Why don't people blame the bank guy instead of the president? I don't know. I don't like President Hoover anyway. Mr. President Hoover, all these people are poor, and I blame Mr. President Hoover. Hoover.
Is your bank doing okay?
I'm happy to report that we're doing just fine, thank you. Excuse me. Main Street Bank, Jim Archer speaking. No, I don't. I'm sorry, but... Yes, I know, but... All right, then just bring it by. Sorry for the interruption. How can I help you?
Oh, poor Mr. Archer. But speaking of finances, because currently in the United States, we are going through a horrible recession. Things started going bad in 2007. In 2008, the market just completely crashed. It's very impossible to get a job. And we are still very much, it's 2014, we're still very much feeling the effects of that. It's still very difficult to have a job. But currently, our president's strategy is to pretend that everything is all better now. He says that we're completely out of the recession and getting better. It's like, no, everybody I know cannot find jobs. We're all very poor and can't do anything. So it's still a very, very bad situation.
Do you happen to know whether the jewelry Emily inherited from her mother was insured?
Well, I know for a fact that it was not. Why?
Because someone snuck into the inn today and stole it.
Oh, no. I heard there'd been a fire in the kitchen, but when it rains, it pours, doesn't it? I told Gloria not to let that policy lapse.
And Ben points out something true. In the book, The Secret of the Old Clock, Mr. Topham loses most of his money in the stock market, and he becomes poor. So that's sort of the reason why he wants the inheritance for himself. It's because he's poor. He lost his money in the market.
Why did she let it lapse?
She felt that since Josiah Crowley would be leaving her a large sum of money when he died, or so she thought, paying to insure her jewelry just wasn't necessary.
How well did you know Josiah Crowley?
Well enough for him to name me executor of his will.
Ooh.
An executor is the person who makes sure the terms of a will are carried out.
I do like your piggy bank, mister. That's a very nice piggy bank.
Why do you think he wound up leaving Gloria nothing?
I have no idea. Truth be told, he'd given me the impression that I would be well taken care of when he passed on, too. But when I finally read his will, it all went to Topham.
I know. Isn't that craziness? That's ridiculousness.
Where did Josiah keep his will?
He'd hidden it in a chest of drawers in his house. It took me months to find it. When he named me executor, he said he'd tell me where it was hidden when the time was right. Whatever that meant.
Oh, when people in the studio audience don't like me talking about politics. I'm talking economics, people. I'm talking economics. Thank you. What am I doing?
How did Josiah die?
He was sitting in the public library reading when apparently his heart just decided it was time to stop.
What was he reading?
His favorite book, The Make-Up Secrets of Lon Chaney.
Oh, no wonder he died. And, oh man, poor fellow. So, is the piggy bank the culprit? People are saying the piggy bank is the culprit. I think that might be a silly idea. Banks are not, what's going on with the screen? Hello? Piggy banks are not evil, piggy banks are fine. There's nothing going on with the piggy bank at all. Wait. Okay. Okay, maybe the piggy bank is the culprit after all. Okay.
The will you found in Josiah's house. Is it possible that Josiah didn't really write it?
Well, the thought that it could be a forgery did cross my mind, but an expert verified that the will had been typed on Josiah's typewriter and signed in Josiah's hand.
But Richard Topham lived in Josiah's house. He had access to his typewriter, and he could have copied his signature.
As far as the law is concerned, the matter is closed, Miss Drew.
But it's possible that Josiah's real will is still out there. Are you sure he never gave you any clue as to where he'd hidden his will?
Whenever I asked him, he said he'd tell me when the time is right. Although, he got a safe deposit box here about 3 years ago.
Wait a minute, I read the book. The will was inside the safe deposit box. Ooh, this has to be it.
Maybe that's where his real will is.
Topham has tried to claim its contents, but he can't find the key.
Maybe he knows the real will could be in there, only he wants to destroy it.
Now, Miss Drew, I wouldn't go jumping to any conclusions.
How well do you know Jane Willoughby? You know, Emily's guardian?
Not well at all. Met her once or twice. Seemed a little flighty.
What was Emily's mom like?
Had a good head on her shoulders. Friendly, too. Having a big slice of blueberry pie at the Lilac Inn was always a real treat. It'd be nice if Emily could carry on the tradition, but times are just too tough. If she's smart, she'll sell before the bills start piling up.
Aww.
I guess I'll be going.
Give my best to Emily.
So people here are debating whether or not Jim Archer's tie is cool or not. Oh hey, he has a top hat. Nice. Probably to cover up that bald spot. What am I doing here?
Don't you ever use this typewriter?
That used to be Josiah Crowley's. It was the only thing he left me in his will. Naturally, it doesn't work. The keys always jam.
October 9, 1929. Dear Mrs. Sheldon, here is the trivet I said you could borrow for your party at Twin Elms. Please take care of it because I will want it back someday. Your friend, Josiah C. I wonder if Josiah ever got his trivet back.
Okay. People are saying I should look at his suspicious newspaper. I can't really see the newspaper. Sorry. What's this?
Who's Clara?
Clara Pickford is this lonely old woman who comes in here every once in a while. Took a shine to me for some reason. Insisted on giving me that picture.
Sounds like Mr. Archer has a girlfriend.
Did Josiah Crowley give you this clock?
Yes. Unfortunately, it stopped keeping time almost immediately.
Well, I mean, I know he has a girlfriend because in the book he's engaged to Nancy's friend, right?
It would sure be nice to be able to open this thing. Is this your car?
Yes, it is. Bought and paid for.
So this is to make us think that the car that we saw outside the Lilac Inn was his, and who is this? Oh my, Mr. Archer, you dog, you! Going out with all the ladies?
Hello again.
Oh, no wonder he doesn't have any money in his bank. He's spending all his money on cars for his fancy wife and everything.
The key that you had Mr. Waddell appraise. Could that be the key to the clock that Josiah Crowley gave you?
It might have been, I suppose. You know about that?
I found the receipt on the path to Richard Topham's house.
Really? I thought I'd thrown it out. You see, when he told me the key was worthless, I lost all interest in it.
So, it would be all right if I kept the key for myself?
I have no use for it. In fact, if you want that old clock, you can have it too.
Litterbug, just throwing the receipt out. Litterbug, litterbug, litterbug.
Was that your car I saw parked near the Lilac Inn this morning?
I haven't been there in months. You saw someone else's car. It's a very popular make and color, you know.
Whosever car it wasn't there after the fire.
Probably just someone sneaking onto that miniature golf course that Josiah built back there. Or bootleggers. I hear they frequent that area too.
I guess I'll be going.
Give my best to Emily.
Bootleggers? You mean people selling illegal alcohol? You mean criminals? Oh no, that's not good. They're in the area. So, you know, I've got so many off-topic things to talk about. It's craziness. But, you know, in the actual book, Nancy Drew, Secret of the Old Clock, where she's having adventures and things like that, they stop at an inn. The criminals stop at an inn, and that's where Nancy, steals stuff from them. That's where she gets the clock away from the criminals. While they're eating at the inn, she breaks into their car. And this is a puzzle where you have to get pieces in the exact right place. They snap into place when you get into the right place. And you notice we have lines, so all the lines need to connect in order to get this thing correctly. And I need to, somebody had a smart comment here. Which, wait, now I'm all messed up on the comments. Oh well. Well, somebody was asking which friend of Nancy's was the friend that Mr. Archer is engaged to. He is engaged to Helen Corning, who gets mentioned here but is not actually seen in this game. Remember the opening cutscene where it says Emily Crandall, who Nancy only knows through their mutual friend Helen Corning. So Helen is the one that is Nancy's friend who is engaged to marry Jim Archer. Nancy has not met Bess and George yet. Bess and George first appear in book number 5 in the series, Secret of Shadow Ranch.
Hello
And
again.
they're not called Bess and George, they're actually called George and Elizabeth, believe it or not.
I guess I'll be going.
Nice talking to you.
Craziness. And George's name it's like there's a family tradition in George's family that the first child is always named George, and so she's like the 5th George in a series of Georges. And some of them were also girls, but it's a family tradition. First child's always named George.
Something I can do for you?
Well, my name's Nancy Drew, and my father
Say
said
no
that...
more. You're here to pick up some papers. They're in that envelope.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Say, is that your roadster out there?
Yes, it is. Did I park somewhere I shouldn't have?
No, it's just that my regular driver never showed up today, so I've got no way to deliver all these telegrams. How would you like to earn some extra cash?
You mean you want me to deliver them for you?
You've got a car, you're trustworthy, or at least your father thinks you are, so what do you say? I'll pay you 25 cents each time you complete a delivery. And you might even get some tips.
Okay, sure.
Great, you're hired. Here, deliver this to Seymour out at Blenheim Nursery. Come back when you're done and I'll pay you and give you another telegram to deliver.
Great. See you in a little while.
The Black Horse Inn. Yes, that is the name of the inn that Nancy stops the criminal, or where Nancy gets the clock away from the criminals. It's the Black Horse Inn in the book. But Nancy's father is a super lawyer in the book, definitely. People are correct.
Hello, I've got a telegram for Seymour.
Just leave it on the desk there. I'd, tip you, but as you can see, my hands are filthy.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to doll up some of my plants before this guy named Mr. Martin comes in. He's a big cheese at some oil company, and I'm hoping he... Ow!
Did that plant just bite you?
It did kind of feel that way.
I think I'll be going now. Bye.
Oh, plants biting people. How ridiculous. There are no killer plants at Blenheim Nursery. Wait, so what am I doing again? Right, okay, so I got a mirror from Mr. Archer. What is this? Is this a letter? don't know what that is. My brain has forgotten. Okay, so I'll just do this puzzle instead, the golf puzzle for the final mirror. So what you have to do is guess the correct sequence. Okay, so it looks like I had 2 colors correct, but in the wrong spot. So let's presume that the 2 colors I had correct were orange and red. And now I have 3 colors correct. So one of them was orange and red, and the other one wasn't. So let me just move things around here. So yellow, okay, so it's yellow is correct. Actually, those 2 are correct, aren't they? So green is the 4th color? No, so blue is the 4th color, but I already had blue. I'm lost. Okay. Blue, orange, purple, and yellow. Okay, so those are all the colors. Yay! Hooray! Hooray! And, good question from Sarah Whitman. Why is golf even in this game? I don't know! I honestly do not know. Why is golf in this game? Well, that is the question of the century, isn't it? So I must have something wrong if yellow is here. Let's try that. All wrong? Those are all wrong too? Jeez. Okay. So 2 of these are correct. So it can't be purple in the middle there, and it can't be yellow at the bottom. So yellow has to be one of the top 2. So yellow must be second. I'm working out the logic here. Give me a second, everybody. So purple must be top or bottom. Must be. Orange isn't top or here, so orange is bottom. And this is blue. Perfect!
Interesting.
Yes, that's right, people in the studio audience. Golf was nowhere in any of the books. It wasn't. No. They just came up with golf for this game. So this is a puzzle. 1, 2, 4, 2, 8, 2, 7. So it's clearly a series of numbers. No, I'm not going golfing again. That is it. No more golf ever, 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 ever. So this is, where's that series? Okay, 1. 2. 4. 2. 8. 8. 2. 7. Great. So now we've solved the puzzle of all 4 clocks, and now we have a boatload of other puzzles. So let me solve one of these puzzles first. The 4 clocks are going to go here.
I wonder what goes here.
Nancy, I just said the 4 clocks are going to go here. On the walls. So, this is not in the book at all. There's only 1 clock in the book. Once Nancy finds the clock, it's basically the end of the book. But I guess that would make for a short game, so we have to have more puzzles afterwards. So this is an easy puzzle. You just want to put everything where it's supposed to go. So for example, the 2 5s are going to touch, and then the 2 2s are going to touch, and then the 2 6s are going to touch, And then the 2 3s are going to touch. And then the 2 1s are going to touch. And then the 8s and the 4s. And now we have this puzzle. Yeah, 4 mirrors from the 4 clocks.
The mirrors so that the light hits them just right.
Nancy played a golf tournament in the Haunted Bridge. I haven't read that one. Fascinating information. Thank you very much. Who said that? Clara? Somebody? Okay, so here you want to shine the mirrors around, or, you know, rotate the mirrors, to shine light on this thing on the right. So, fascinating 1930 technology. Fascinating. And people are talking about red hair, specifically Jane's red hair. Nancy is sort of blonde in the originals, and they change her hair to red in the rewrites. I don't know why they decided to change her hair from, you know, blonde to redhead, but that's what they did. So Mr. Waddell still has this.
That won't work.
So we need to get the crystal from Mr. Waddell. Oh dear. And Elwat is in Marcel's band.
I've seen these symbols before. They were in that newspaper story about hobos.
So this is going to be kind of a difficult puzzle. Oh man, multi-part puzzle. Wop. Did my comment stream just break for a second because it's not showing any new comments? Okay. Maybe nobody has anything interesting to say. Okay, fine. You know who might have something interesting to say? Bess and George.
Drop a nickel into the slot, please. There you go. Now, how may I be of service?
Hi, could you please connect me with Bess Marvin at KL54468?
Just a second. Hello?
Hi, Bess, it's Nancy.
George, get over here. It's Nancy Drew. So how's the Lilac Inn?
A little strange.
Why? Because of Emily?
Well, yes.
Hi, Nancy.
Is that you, George?
Ouch, that's my foot. Well, move over. I can't hear. You move over. Then I can't hear. Look, just hold the phone like this, okay? There. Can you hear us?
I can hear you fine.
It would be so nice to have 2 phones in this house. We don't even have a telephone at our house. So quit griping. So, Nancy, what's the scoop?
Has either of you ever been to the Lilac Inn?
I have. They have the best cherry pie there. It's like you get a whole cherry tree in every piece. Hello? Is someone on the line? Hello? We're on the line, Mrs. Farthingham. Well, get on. I need to make a call. But we just got on. Then it should be no problem for you to get off. Just give us 1 more minute, Mrs. Farthingham, please. Oh, all right. You have 1 more minute. Go on, Nancy. What were you saying?
Just that I...
Shh. Wait a minute, Mrs. Farthingham. Would you mind hanging up? All clear. Oh, how I wish we didn't have to share a phone line with her. Just be grateful you have a phone, Bess.
Some jewels were stolen out of Emily's room this morning at the same time that a fire destroyed the stove in the kitchen.
Destroyed the stove? You mean they can't bake any more cherry pies?
Not for a while. Emily's worried that she may have to sell the inn.
Is that bad? I mean, she's only 17.
The bad part is, I get the feeling Emily is keeping something from me.
Like what?
I don't know. Yet.
Yet?
Well, I can't just turn around and drive home now, can I?
Why not?
Because...
Are you girls still on the line? We're not done talking yet. Well, I've been patient long enough. You girls get off right now. But right now, or the next call I make will be to your father. We gotta go, Nancy.
That's all right. I'll call you later.
And I'll thank you not to listen in. Oh, don't worry, Mrs. Farthingham. Only nosy busybodies listen in on other people's phone calls. Yes, well, hang up and be quick about it. Bye, Nancy.
Talk to you soon.
Oh dear. Poor Bess and George having to deal with an old woman on the phone.
Oh, Nancy, I'm afraid there's been more trouble.
What? No!
Don't tell me something else blew up.
It's Emily. Oh, this is silly. I'm her guardian. I should just make her sell this place. She's only 17, for Pete's sakes. She should be out meeting boys and going to parties, not trying to run a business.
Miss Willoughby, what happened?
Just go ask her, and make her tell you everything.
Alright, so, this is, what is it? So we have a new voice actress for, Bess in this game. This is game number 12, right? Game number 12, right? No, I'm trying to reread my statistics on this game. Game number 12, Nancy Drew, Secret of the Old Clock, July 15th, 2004. So, not the same Bess as in the previous game. In the previous game, Bess was done by Abby Murray. Is it Murray or Murray? Abby Murray, but here she's being done by Alyssa Murray. Which works, I mean, she did Bess in games 6 through 9, so...
Jane told you, didn't she?
A different member of the Murray family took over for game number 10 for some reason. Don't know why.
Not really.
That picture on the wall over there, I saw it move. I was just sitting here and it moved all by itself. I saw it move, I really did. Last week, a book fell off the shelf for no reason. And before that, I heard these weird noises. And almost every day I hear a voice, like a whisper, coming out of nowhere. Jane thinks it's nerves, but I don't want to talk about this. Did you see Jim Archer?
I'm afraid I don't have very good news.
The jewelry wasn't insured?
Your mom dropped the insurance in order to save money for...
Shh! Did you hear that?
Hear what?
Shh! Nothing. I'm going to have to sell the inn, aren't I?
You know, it's possible, just possible, that the will that was found was not the will Josiah wrote.
You mean he may have left us money after all? No, that's wishful thinking. And I refuse to get my hopes up again because they'll probably just get dashed again. Listen, I feel bad enough that you drove all the way out here for nothing. Maybe you should just go home.
Would you mind if I stayed for a while?
No, but I really don't feel like being sociable right now. There's nothing for you to do.
I'd like to try to figure out why that stove exploded.
What are you? Some kind of Sam Spade?
Well, just because I've never solved a mystery before doesn't mean I can't. Anyway, there's no harm in trying, right? Who knows? I might turn out to be good at it.
Be my guest.
Somebody is saying that the two Murrays who did the voice for Bess are sisters. Well, I guess that could make sense. You know, you can't get one sister, so you get the other sister to do the voice for one game. Sisters' voices sometimes sound alike, right?
Did you ever hear Josiah talk about a band leader or something named Marcel?
Marcel? Never.
Did Josiah ever say anything about hiding his will somewhere?
No, but he was always hiding stuff. I know because he was always writing reminders to himself about how to find it. But whenever the subject of his will came up, he'd just say he was happy knowing we were going to be happy when he passed on. Time will tell. That's all he'd say.
Do you have any idea where Josiah may have hidden a safe deposit box key?
He could have hidden it anywhere. He always said his favorite hiding place was right under people's noses.
I'll be back in a little bit.
You're the bee's knees.
I certainly am.
What could have made this picture move?
So I'm told there's an Easter egg if you leave this room and return all the time.
Why does this picture keep moving?
Yeah, so let's do this Easter egg. Something is going to happen if you do this about 10 times or so.
Why does this picture keep moving?
This picture just keeps moving.
Why does this picture keep moving? Why does this picture keep moving?
Yeah, sorry everybody, this is getting old pretty fast. But people seem to like it,
Why
so...
does this picture keep moving?
You managed to sit through me golfing over and over and over again. You can sit through me playing picture again and again, right?
Why does this picture keep moving? Why does this picture keep moving?
Okay, nothing's happening, people. Picture could be the culprit, yeah. I don't know, the piggy bank was the culprit. It almost attacked me.
One just tickled pink.
And there we go. That is your fancy Easter egg. Somebody says, orange is tickled pink.
So, what did Emily say? Did she tell you about the pictures and the voices?
How long has this been going on?
For about 2 weeks, I guess. You know what? I'll bet it's me. I'll bet it finally hit Emily that I'm just not Gloria and I never will be, and that running this place is always gonna be all up to her. And it was just more than her poor mind could bear.
More beer? What for? Nothing helps. Oh, Gaston, you've got to pull yourself together. Wait. Why am I quoting Beauty and the Beast? Yeah, I'm playing Nancy Drew.
What did the sheriff say when you called him about the stolen jewels?
He said since nobody got robbed at gunpoint or anything, coming out here again just didn't seem necessary. Said it sounded to him like the jewelry had just been misplaced. You see, it only felt fair to tell him about Emily's, delicate state of mind.
Great, so you made the sheriff think Emily is crazy.
Does the miniature golf course that's out back belong to the inn?
No, that was Josiah Crowley's. Way I hear, he built it himself.
Was it open to the public?
Nope, it was just his own private little course. Can you imagine? Wish I had money to throw around like that.
Have you met Richard Topham?
Yeah, I've had the displeasure of meeting that quack.
Somehow he knew who I was before he even saw me.
He came over while they were putting out the fire today. Asked me who you were, and I was so frazzled at the time I told him. I don't usually give that crackpot the time of day.
Josiah Crowley seemed to think he was legit.
Like that circus fella said, there's a sucker born every minute. Me? I think ESP is a lot of JUNK.
Where did that barred bounce game that's in the parlor come from? Do you know?
Emily says Josiah Crowley brought it in one day and just left it. Said it was so guests, as in him, would have something to do while they waited for a table.
Well, I'll talk to you later.
Don't take any wooden nickels.
Oh boy. Yeah, people are right. People are saying that Emily just needs a boyfriend and she won't be so crazy. She should go out with Golfy McGolferson. So what am I doing? I am going to find out about Marcel. That's one thing I can do. Because Mr. Topham knows who Marcel is.
Hello, Miss Drew.
Hello, Mr. Topham.
Oh, right, and there's a whole huge thing I could do in the town, which I've been neglecting.
Now what?
Do you by any chance know who Marcel is?
Marcel was what Josiah called his favorite hat.
His hat? The man named his hat?
He loved that hat, so to him, naming it made perfect sense.
You know what? Spirit Dreamer has a good point. If the golf course belonged to Josiah, why does it cost 10 cents to use the golf course? If it's a private course, then why does he charge himself money for his own course? I don't know. Maybe he had his own, super secret hidden golf club.
Josiah ordered something from the Krollmeister Crystal Company just before he passed away. Do you know if it ever arrived?
You must be talking about that chunk of quartz that came last winter. I still have it right here. Why?
Oh, this puzzle.
Well, as a matter of fact, I'm a rock collector. Do you think I could have it?
Yeah, rocks rock.
We can work something out. You see, amazing as this is going to sound, I am able to project my thoughts into another person's brain.
Okay, I'll talk about that for a moment, but can I talk more about rocks? Because you want to tell the difference between fool's gold and real gold. Fool's gold comes in ounces, while real gold comes in quartz. Ha-ha! Mineral jokes. Alright, so Mr. Topham is crazy.
Really?
The only problem is, not everyone has the intellectual capacity to receive my thoughts. But since you have already demonstrated a high level of intelligence, yes, you may very well be the ideal subject.
Me? Really?
You are going to help me prove that I am telepathic. Here's what we're
You're
going to
crazy.
do. I'm going
You're
to shuffle a
crazy.
deck
You're
which
not
contains
telepathic.
5 sets of these cards. Then I'm going to turn my back, draw a card, look at it, and start transmitting my thoughts. When you receive my thoughts, you will identify the card I'm looking at. Once you correctly identify 5 cards in a row, I'll give you that piece of quartz.
But what if I can't do it?
Just stay focused on the cards and my superior brain power will do the rest. Very well, let's begin. Which card am I thinking of?
Okay, so, give me a second. Somebody here in the comments said that she thinks Mr. Topham is good looking. What do you people in the studio audience think? I don't want to make people say that this one person is crazy, but Mr. Topham does have that classy bow tie. Very, very classy bow tie. So where am I? Where am I? Okay, so this is a puzzle. We need to figure out which card is which. Which card am I thinking of?
This one?
No, try again. What card am I concentrating on?
So I've got
I think it's this one.
No, try again. Do you know what card I'm looking at?
This one.
Incorrect. You must focus. Here's another. What card am I looking at?
Okay, so, what card am I looking at?
I think it's this one.
No, try again. What card am I concentrating on?
This one.
I'm taking notes
well,
here.
You failed to correctly identify 5 in a row. Shall we continue?
You bet. Ready when you are.
Very well. Let's begin. This is which card?
I think it's this one.
Yes. Here's another. Which
Yay,
card
I
am
got
thinking
one.
of?
Okay, so which card am I thinking of?
This one.
Wrong. Here's another. This is which card?
This one.
Marvelous. Here's another. What card am I holding?
This one.
Wrong. Here's another. This is which card?
This one.
Very good.
Oh my gosh. Whenever he picks up a particular card, he always says the same thing.
Well, you failed to correctly
Yay!
identify 5 in a row. Shall we continue?
You bet. Ready when you are.
Very well. Let's begin. Tell me, what card is this?
Oh, man. Tell me what card is this?
This one?
That's not right. Here's another. Can you tell me what card this is?
Card is this? That is a not star. Okay, I'm very slowly getting notes on this. Can you tell me what card this is?
This one.
Wrong.
Is
Here's another.
not star.
Can you tell me what card this is?
Okay, what about
This
circle?
No, try again. This is which card?
This is which card is star.
This one?
Excellent. Here's another. What card am I looking at?
This one?
Very good. Well, you failed to correctly identify 5 in a row. Shall we continue?
Okay, so I've got 2 figured out?
Maybe later. I think my brain needs a rest.
Good day.
Wait, no.
Ready to resume our telepathy experiment?
Yes, sir.
Very well. Let's begin. Do you know what card I'm looking at?
I think it's this one.
No, try again. What card is this?
I think it's this one.
That's not right. Here's another. Can you tell me what card this is?
This one?
No, try again. Which card am I thinking of?
This is literally just a guessing game. Oh.
This one.
Very good. Here's another. Do you know what card I'm looking at?
I wasn't paying attention there. Okay, do you know what card I'm looking at?
This one?
Wrong. Well, you failed to correctly identify 5 in a row. Shall we continue?
You bet. Ready when you are.
Very well. Let's begin. Do you know what card I'm looking at?
I don't like this puzzle because you have to fail over and over again in order to figure it out.
This one.
No, try again. This is which card?
This is which card?
This one?
Marvelous. Here's another. This is which card?
I think it's this one.
Excellent. Here's another. This is which card?
I think
He does have a
it's
smooth,
this
buttery
one.
voice,
Yes.
people are
Here's
saying.
another. What card am I concentrating on?
This one?
Very good.
I wonder, could he be telling me what card he's picking up by which question he asks me?
Well, you failed to correctly identify 5 in a row. Shall we continue?
You bet. Ready when you are.
Very well. Let's begin. Can you tell me what card this is?
This one.
Very good. Here's another. This is which card?
This one.
Marvelous. Here's another. This is which card?
I think it's this one.
Very good. Here's another. Which card am I thinking of?
This one.
Very good.
Yes.
Here's another. What card is this?
Oh no, what card is this? It's not the star, but that's all I have for that, so let's go a square.
This one?
Wrong. Well, you failed to correctly identify 5 in a row. Shall we continue?
Yeah, so the solution to this puzzle is random and it changes every time you play the game, so there's no way to like look it up on the internet.
You bet. Ready when you are.
Very well. Let's begin. Do you know what card I'm looking at?
I think it's this one.
Incorrect. You must focus. Here's another. Do you know what card I'm looking at?
Okay, this one is obviously square.
This one?
Very good. Here's another. What card am I holding?
What card am I holding? He hasn't asked this question before.
I think it's this one.
Wrong. Here's another. Which card am I thinking of?
This one?
Very good. Here's another. Which card am I thinking of?
I think it's this one.
Very good. Well, you failed to correctly identify 5 in a row. Shall we continue?
We'll figure
You
it out
bet.
eventually.
Ready when you are.
We're slowly
well.
getting all
Let's
the
begin.
answers.
What card is this?
What card is this? Again, a question he hasn't asked before, so I can't guess this correctly. I've got a 1 in a 5 chance.
This one.
Incorrect. You must focus. Here's another. What card am I looking at?
What card am I looking at? Is circle.
This one.
Excellent. Here's another. Tell me, what card is this?
Tell me is not star. Let's try
This one?
circle.
Excellent. Here's
Oh,
another.
circle. There we go.
This is which card?
Give me a second here. This is which card is star.
This one.
Marvelous. Here's another. Can you tell me what card this is?
Wavy.
I think it's this one.
Very good. Well, you failed to correctly identify 5 in a row. Shall we continue?
You bet. Ready when you are.
Very well. Let's begin. Do you know what card I'm looking at?
Square.
This one.
Yes. Here's another. Which card am I thinking of?
I think it's this one.
Marvelous. Here's another. What card am I thinking about?
Oh, quit asking questions I don't know the answer to.
This one?
No, try again. This is which card?
I think it's this one.
Yes. Here's another. Which card am I thinking of?
This one?
Wrong. Well, you failed to correctly identify 5 in a row. Shall we continue?
You bet. Ready when you are.
Very well. Let's begin.
Because I know the
What
answer.
card am I holding?
It's not circle.
I think it's this one.
Incorrect. You must focus.
This is
Here's
such a
another.
horrible
Do you know
puzzle.
what card I'm looking at?
This one.
Very good. Here's another. What card am I holding?
This one.
You go, girl. Here's another. What card am I concentrating on?
Oh, I haven't seen that one before. Yes, I have. It's
This
cross.
You go, girl. Here's another. This is which card?
This one?
Very good. Well, you failed to correctly identify 5 in a row. Shall we continue?
You bet. Ready when you are.
Very well. Let's begin. Which card am I thinking of?
That's the cross.
This one.
Excellent.
I'm
Here's
taking
another.
notes here.
Which card am I thinking of?
Hey, same question twice. Nice.
I think it's this one.
Yes. Here's another. What card am I holding?
What card am I holding is the
I
square.
think it's this one.
Wonderful. Here's another. What card am I looking at?
What card am I looking at is circle.
This one?
Very good.
You go,
Here's another.
girl.
What card am I looking at?
This one.
Very good. You did it. Well, actually, I did it. But in any case, thank you for your assistance. Here's the piece of crystal that Josiah ordered. Take it. You've earned it. Well, actually, I earned it, but let's not quibble.
Quibble.
But Mr. Topham, I didn't really... I mean, you didn't really... I mean, I'm afraid that subconsciously you may have...
Yes?
Never mind.
You're not really psychic.
Anything
You're
else?
you're psycho, but not psychic. Sorry. I don't want to hurt your feelings.
Do you still have Marcel?
No, as a matter of fact, I gave that hat to Gloria Crandall. She said she was fond of the old fellow and wanted something to remember him by, although I suspect the real reason she wanted that hat was to see if he'd stashed any money in it.
I think that's very mean. You shouldn't speak ill of the dead.
What do you think happened to the key to Josiah's safe deposit box?
Josiah no doubt lost it. He had a terrible memory, poor fellow.
Are you still looking for the key?
What's the point? No doubt it's filled with the same thing as this house. Junk. But if it's junk, why haven't I gotten rid of it, you may well ask. Well, I know it's silly to hang on to Josiah's things, but he was a wonderful man, you see, and I just don't have the heart to get rid of them. Too sentimental for my own good, I guess.
It was nice talking to you.
I knew you were going to say that. A little psychic humor.
Very little humor. Very little humor. Okay, so we're finally done with Mr. Top Hat, who took all the credit for me figuring out his stupid puzzle. Stupid! Ugh. Okay. Okay, I'm all over it. Speaking of stupid, okay, so, pay attention to what he just said, remember? Now, he said that he was looking for the key, and he gave the hat to, Emily.
Hi, Nancy. Would you happen to know where your mother put Josiah's favorite hat?
Look in the drawer right below me. That's where all Mom's mementos are.
I'll be back in a little bit.
Thanks again, Nancy.
So here's where the key is.
Maybe this is the key to Josiah's safe deposit box.
In the hat that he gave Gloria Crandall.
You don't need to look at everything in there, do you?
Sorry.
So, Mr. Top Hat is just stupid. Did he not notice the key, which was obvious and hidden inside the hat? Oh. Yeah, I question Mr. Topham's intelligence. Okay, what am I doing now?
Hello, Mr. Waddell.
Now what?
I need for you to cut a blank from this piece of quartz.
No big deal. Let's see it.
The blank needs to be just like the one you made before for Josiah Crowley.
Like I said, no big deal. You're gonna have to cough up $2, though. You can pay me when you pick it up. Good day.
That's lots of money. I don't even have $2. Oh, hey, Mr. Archer.
Hello again.
People in the studio audience are still talking about me not looking up the answer to the card challenge on the internet. The card challenge changes randomly. You can't look up the answer on the internet.
What's your opinion of Richard Topham?
Interesting gentleman who's in an interesting line of work.
Does he do business here?
Yes, he does.
Jane thinks he's a crackpot.
He makes a living doing whatever it is he does, so obviously someone thinks he's the real deal.
I think I found the key to Josiah's safe deposit box.
Really?
I have it right here.
It is from this bank.
May I see if it opens the box?
It takes 2 keys to open a safe deposit box. The owner's key and my key. And in this case, I'm under no obligation to open it for you.
Oh, but I...
However, were you to do me a small favor...
Sure.
I hired a seamstress to make a dress for my wife's birthday next week. Unfortunately, the seamstress and I had a falling out, and now I need to find someone to finish the dress.
Maybe I could find somebody. How much are you willing to pay them?
Oh, the fact of the matter is, the dressmaker quit because I couldn't pay her. I misled you before. Business is not fine. This bank is on the brink of ruin.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Mr. Archer.
I wanted to get my wife something nice because, well, it might be the last nice thing she gets for a long, long time. Now, Emily once mentioned that Jane used to be a dressmaker.
Oh, Mr. Archer, I feel bad for him now. He lives with the evil piggy bank, and he's bald, and he's broke, because the piggy bank ate all of his money.
Say no more. Just give me the dress and I'll take care of it.
I have it right here. The seamstress said that all the pieces have been cut out and basted together. All that's needed is a sewing machine. When it's finished, bring it back and I'll let you try that key in Josiah's safe deposit box.
I guess I'll be going.
Nice talking to you.
I wish I could say the same, but you gave me chores to do, and so I cannot. I have no mouth, yet I must scream.
Did you deliver that telegram?
I sure did.
Good for you. Here's your money. And here's your next telegram. Take this to Counselor Alice out at Camp Avondale. Keep up the good work.
Ooh, hey, this is something I can do. Let's do something else, though. Driving. Let's get that trivet, which you absolutely need to get.
Mrs. Sheldon?
Yes?
My name's Nancy Drew. I'm a friend of Emily Crandall's.
Get on with it, dear.
I was wondering, would it be possible for me to see the trivet you borrowed from Josiah Crowley?
You may not only see it, you may have it. Once I find it, that is. Unfortunately, I've an errand to run, so I can't look for it right now.
Maybe I could run the errand for you. I have a car.
So I see. A rather expensive car at that. Very well, Miss Drew. Go fetch my bridge cards from Miss Drakowski, and upon your return I shall present you with that trivet.
Who's Miss Drakowski?
The local telephone operator. You can find her at her house, or Titusville Telco, as she insists on calling it. The switchboard is in her parlor. As you can imagine, she never entertains. I, on the other hand, am expecting company within the hour, so do hurry.
Alright, so while you're driving, you can press H to honk the horn. The cows don't like it. And at the general store, I can buy
Vending machine
things.
that just sells toys. Keen.
So let me see, I think I need to buy...
I can't get the toy without putting in money first.
buy 5 toys. But I already have 2 ponies, so I'm just gonna get 3 toys.
You never know when you're gonna need a toy.
Let's get this doll.
I can't get the toy without putting in money first.
Oh, these machines. So complicated.
I can't get the toy without
Oh!
putting in money first.
Wow. Oh, you'd think I would have figured that out after the first 2 tries. Okay. I'm good. Okay, I'm good. And broke. Okay. Out of the way, cows. Nancy coming through. Oh boy, why is it so difficult for me to drive around?
you Miss Jakowski?
Yeah, and you are?
Nancy Drew. I'm a friend of Emily Crandall. You know, at the Lilac Inn.
Oh, yeah, I put you through to your father, didn't I? You pick up those papers for him yet?
Actually, Wait a minute. How did you know about that?
See this headset I'm wearing? I plug it in and oh, what do you know? I hear things. Look, I'm kind of pressed for time. Going to a party and it takes me a while to get dolled up. What do you need?
Mrs. Sheldon asked me to pick up her bridge cards from you.
Tell you what, I'll get you those cards if you drive that fancy car of yours.
No.
Get some raffle tickets from Mrs. O'Shea. I should be able to unload a ton of them tonight.
I'd be happy to.
Good, I gotta go. Yeah, I'm coming.
Great, so now I have to do this person's chores while I'm doing the other person's chores. Oh boy.
Excuse me, are you Mrs. O'Shea?
Yes?
My name is Nancy Drew, and
Stephen, put that down this instant. We do not run with sticks in our hands. Or in our mouths. I'm sorry. You were saying?
Miss Jakowski asked me to pick up some raffle tickets from you.
Oh, yes, the raffle tickets. The fact of the matter is Elsie, no hitting. I can't even think about those raffle tickets right now. I promised the children they'd each get a toy for going a full week without breaking anything. And I'm short 5 toys. Do not eat that, Clarence.
Would you like me to get 5 toys for you?
Oh, goodness, if you could do that, I'd be forever grateful. They can be any kind of toy at all. The children aren't the least bit picky. Of course it tastes bad, Clarence. It's a pine cone. I better go rinse out his mouth before. Oh, would you look at that? He's actually chewing it. You're not a squirrel, Clarence. Spit that out this instant.
So we were given a chore while given a chore while being given a chore. I'm sorry. I'll calm down in a moment.
Hi, do you have 5 toys for me?
I certainly do.
Oh, that's wonderful. You're such a saint. You hear me? A saint. I better get these
She's
inside
a very
before the
good
children see
person,
her.
Nancy.
Thank you so much.
Mrs. O'Shea, the raffle tickets?
Always offering to do things for other people.
I don't have them, dear. You'll have to pick them up from Phelps' print shop. Then just take them straight to Miss Jakowski. We don't pull hair, Ralphie. Especially when we have jelly on our hands.
Phelps print shop. Wonderful.
No, poor Nancy. Yeah, pine cone. So why is Clarence trying to eat the pine cone? Clarence, you're crazy.
Sorry, young lady, I'm
about to close.
I'm just here
I'm
to pick
a
up the raffle
boring
tickets you
voice
printed for Mrs.
person.
O'Shea.
No, darn it. I did tell her I'd have those done today, didn't I? Well, I'm sorry, but they're just gonna have to wait until tomorrow.
Oh, but I need to have them today.
No!
I need to go.
No! He's giving us a chore to do while I was given a chore while doing a chore for somebody else's chore in order to do the chore to get the trivet.
19-incher by the end of the day. And if I do, I get his stamp collection. And if I don't, he gets mine. And since stamp collecting is about the only hobby I can afford these days, I'm going fishing.
I know. You stay here and print those raffle tickets, and I'll go fishing for you.
Not everybody can catch a 19-inch largemouth bass, you know. It takes skill and muscle and brains. Bass are pretty smart.
I can do it, Mr. Phelps.
You better be right, because you're not getting those raffle tickets until I get my 19-incher. You can use my gear. I left everything out at the fishing hole.
Great. I'll see you later.
Way too many chores. Way too many chores. Way too many chores. Okay. Here's the lake, the pond. And we read the fishing information. It was inside Josiah's little house,
First thing I need to do is bait my hook.
which tells us that they like minnows.
Now I toss this in the water, and when the bobber goes under the water, I need to pull the line up fast.
And they like hanging out here in the reeds.
I caught one.
Looks like 19 inches to me.
Looks like 19 inches to me. should get this fish to Mr. Phelps before the smell gets any worse.
Alright, so, Camp Avondale. That is not how I reach Camp Avondale. How do I reach Camp Avondale? Where's my map? So I guess I have to go up and then right to reach the camp. Oh, jeez.
Oh, no offense, Mr. Fish, but you stink.
Stinky fish.
Let's see what you got in there. How about that? You did it. Here, let me take it from you.
Please do.
Okay, so, yeah.
Ripe.
Just rest yourself a minute while I get those raffle tickets. There you go. 10 dozen tickets to the annual Orphans Benefit. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go make a telephone call.
To your brother-in-law?
Yeah, the one who used to collect stamps.
Bye.
I am boring and have no life. Also, I force little teenagers to do my jobs for me.
Hi, you got those raffle tickets for me?
I sure do.
Great. And here are Mrs. Sheldon's bridge cards. One of the gals spilled Moxie all over them, but I cleaned them up real good, so let's not tell Mrs. Sheldon, okay?
Okay. Thanks for your help, Miss Jakowski.
Thanks for your help. Bye now.
Okay, let's sing a song. If you were the only girl in the world...
Oh, cow!
Holy cow! Oh, cow destroyed my song. Great, now I can't sing anymore. Man. Ooh, courthouse. Maybe that's where Nancy's father is. So, Camp Avondale. So, in the actual book, Nancy Drew's Secret of the Old Clock, there is a camp by the lake, Moon Lake, actually.
Hi, I've got a telegram for a counselor here named Alice.
That's me. Hang on. Oh, go dry up, Jason! What a jokester. Anyway, thanks. I'm afraid I don't have any money to tip you.
That's okay. Have a swell day.
Nobody gives Nancy a tip. Ever. I don't even know why they bothered mentioning that you could get tips when you don't get tips. And let's get some gas.
Welcome to Zippy's, where zipless service is zippily zapped and zippy service is the zippiest. Fill her up?
Just 25 cents worth, please.
Oh, that song was a 20s song? If You Were the Only Girl in the World is a 20s song. Oh, I was going for a 30s song. Oh well.
No, thank you.
Drive zippily.
Anyway, in the book, Nancy goes to Moon Lake because the Tophams, you know, they didn't like the old clock. They thought it was ugly. So they sent the clock to their house on the lake.
Did you deliver that
So
telegram?
Nancy goes to their house on the lake in order to get the old clock.
And here's your next telegram. Deliver this to Mr. Jones at Vash's Dairy. Keep up the good work.
Unfortunately, there are robbers that are robbing the house just as she arrives. She has horrible timing. So, Nancy has to stop the robbers in order to get the clock, because they've stolen the clock along with everything else. They capture Nancy. There's that cow. They capture Nancy, and they lock her in the closet. She manages to escape, and chases after them, chases them all the way to the inn, and then steals the clock from them.
I didn't realize when I asked to borrow it that it was such an eyesore. But once a sumptuous dish of my buff stroganoff was placed atop it, I assure you, no one noticed. Now do run along. My guest will be arriving any minute, and that dress of yours, it's, well...
I like this dress. It's very flouncy.
Yeah, it's a good dress. I can't see it, but I'll presume Nancy has good fashion sense in the 1930s. Please tell me Interrupting Cow is gone. Interrupting Cow, interrupts my songs, interrupts my trips, interrupts everything, and I still don't have $1. I don't have $2, so I can't buy anything from Mr. Waddell. So I'm going here, because I know there's a puzzle, which will give me more money. What other old songs do I have? Down by the old mill stream. Down by the old mill stream.
What's cooking? Since you used to be a dressmaker, do you think you could help me sew something?
Me? Sew? No, I can't. Sewing takes practice, and I haven't sewed a stitch in years. Whatever it is, believe me, I'd wreck it.
It's not hard. It's all basted together and everything.
No can do. Sorry.
Well, I'll talk to you later.
Alrighty-dighty.
Alrighty-dighty.
Hi, Nancy.
I'll be back in a little bit.
Oh.
Thanks again, Nancy.
Okay. Let's,
Why does this picture keep moving?
Oh, I'm just tickled pink.
Would it be all right if I used your sewing machine?
Go right ahead, but remember, you're on your own.
There's no needle.
It's probably in the box with the rest of Mom's sewing stuff. Ask Jane if she knows where it is.
I can't sew with that.
So what are these other songs I've got? I've got So Rare, I don't even remember how that goes. Sleepy Time Gal, I have the instrumental, so I don't really know the lyrics. It's like, Sleepy Time Gal, you are my sleepy time gal. Do 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 do.
What's cooking? Would you happen to know
Something
where the
like
needle
that.
for the sewing machine in Emily's room is?
I moved all of Gloria's sewing things out of there and put them in a little box. Look, I'm supposed to get the pies we baked before all the hullabaloo this morning ready for the delivery. They gotta be put in the shipping container just so, or he casts a kitten. This is how he wants them organized. Now why don't you go out on the porch and get those pies ready to go while I look for that sewing box?
Sounds good.
Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you. I'm not in love with this puzzle, too difficult for me. So 2 large cherries. Okay, so let's get 2 large cherries. Well, let's sort everything out first. That will make it easier. So let's get all the chocolate in the chocolate section, all the blueberry in the blueberry section. Sounds like a plan. So how long have I been playing? Have I been playing forever now? 2 hours and 40 minutes. Yeah, I've been playing forever now. It's because of that golf challenge. Whoa. I caught myself there. I was going to say a very bad word, but I stopped myself because I'm a good boy who does not say bad words. Okay. So Sandgate needs 2 large cherries. Great. And Riverville needs a small and large blue. Where a small and large chocolate, and then 2 large ones. So a small and large chocolate there. Small and large cherry, small and large chocolate, and then 2 pies of the same size. So small and large cherry, small and large chocolate, and then 2 pies of the same size. Let's just guess that those are small pies. Two large blue, 2 chocolate, and then 2 different sizes. Knoxview is 2 same-size cherry, large blue, same-size chalk. 2 different cherry, it said? Oh, 2 same size. And that's not it, so I made a mistake somewhere. No blue. This has blue.
All done.
Hey, wow, that didn't take as long as I thought it would. Jane is gone, so we can look at this.
I'll bet those are the 2 brothers that built the inn and Josiah's house. Looks like there might be some kind of tunnel around here.
So this is the storyline from the second game, the Hidden Staircase. We will actually see the Hidden Staircase in just a moment. So the Hidden Staircase is, as the picture indicates, somewhat over here. It wasn't decked with electricity because they didn't set that stuff up during the Civil War.
I'm not the only one who's been down here recently.
In the book, it's actually not the Civil War, but the Revolutionary War. So this was actually built during the Revolutionary War, and they have a listening post. This is what the listening post is. It actually lets you spy on people who are inside the kitchen, and they were using it to spy on people to see if there were traitors during the Revolutionary War. So that's the storyline in the book. And here the culprit is taking advantage of this hidden tunnel to spy on Emily.
Jeepers, I'm behind one of the walls in Emily's room. I'll bet that's how someone makes that picture move.
Oh, people are asking me to sing the Dozen Little Critters song, which I don't remember. Did Nancy gasp? Why? Why did she gasp? I don't know. So the other thing, ooh, wait a minute. Just a second.
An old piggy bank. Swell, $1. This piggy bank looks like it's been here for a long time.
And now I have money. Now I have enough money to buy Mr. Waddell's thing. Haha. On this puzzle. Oh boy. Okay. This puzzle. So where was I? Because the two houses are connected, what the culprit did is the culprit used it to sneak into the house and then make it seem like the house was haunted. So that was the other thing about the hidden staircase. So Nancy figured out the hidden staircase. They went into the staircase, and she found her father. Her father had been kidnapped, and her father was being held hostage in the other far end of the hidden staircase. And that's the thing I don't understand. I complained about this in my review of the book. You can watch my book review, but Nancy in the book, She goes to the hidden staircase, like she goes to the listening place we saw there, but then she doesn't go down to the rest of the tunnel. And that actually happened here too. Nancy only partway explores the hidden tunnel. She doesn't explore the entire hidden tunnel. Nancy! What are you thinking, girl? Don't you want to explore the entire hidden tunnel? I would. But I guess it's just me. I mean, I would be thorough. That doesn't fit. I think it's something like this. Where that's the fit. And, kind of hard to figure out what pieces go anywhere. So, yeah, somebody destroyed the piggy bank. I guess the piggy bank was not the culprit. Piggy bank was getting too close to figuring out who the culprit is, so the culprit destroyed him. Poor piggy bank. You will be fondly remembered by one person. What's this, a mausoleum puzzle? Looks sort of like a mausoleum. This looks like the tree. Yeah, that looks like the bottom of the tree. This must go on the bottom, because all the pieces on the bottom have like this little white stain on them. There we go. Solve the puzzle. Ba-da-ba-bum-bum-bum. And that is actually a thing which looks like the trivet. So we're going to have to listen to that for a trivet puzzle. Do I actually have Josiah's journal? No, I cannot, so that would be pointless. So I'll get to that later. But yeah, like I said, in the book, Nancy discovers the fancy hidden passageway. And 5 chapters later, she decides, oh, let's actually go all the way through the hidden passageway instead of stopping part way through. Brilliant detective work, Nancy. Really, really brilliant.
Guess I better not leave the lights on. Jeepers, that sounds like Richard Topham. This door must open right into his living room.
Aw, he likes his kitty. So Mr. Topham is playing with his kitty cat. Nancy is so scared of everything.
Thanks for doing the pies. The more I do it, the worse I seem to get at it. Here's that box. I'm sure that sewing machine needle is in there somewhere.
I see it.
Remember, when it comes to using it, you're on your own, kiddo.
I think I know why Emily has been seeing and hearing strange things.
Well, I'm all ears. Tell me.
I found
She
a
is
secret
crazy.
passageway
I mean,
that goes from the inn to Josiah Crowley's old house. And off of it, I found a staircase that leads to a space behind a wall in Emily's room. That's the staircase that's in this old picture.
You mean the noises that Emily's been hearing? The things she's been seeing? It's because someone's been sneaking around behind the wall in her room?
It may even be that someone is trying to scare her on purpose.
On purpose? Who would want to do something like that?
I was able to open the staircase because I saw the picture I just showed you. And I found that picture on the shelf in your podium.
You mean it was right there under my nose? Hold the phone! You think I'm the one who's been sneaking around?
Yeah, you and your suspicious hair.
Well, I did find the picture right there.
But I've never seen it before in my life. Besides, anyone who's ever been behind this desk could have seen that picture. It's hardly fair to go pointing a finger at me.
I'm pointing my finger at you, Miss Culprit, because you've got that suspicious hair. I think it's computer generated. Yeah.
You're right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you.
Well, you're just trying to help Emily, so I guess I shouldn't get mad. She went into town to run some errands. At least that's what I told her to do. Heaven knows she could use some fresh air.
Well, I'll talk to you later.
Bye now.
Oh boy. Okay, so she's gone. Emily's gone, so we can look at this. This is going to be... Bottom's Q is in the note for Gloria, so that's number 4 of the Shakespeare puzzle. Number 4 of the Shakespeare puzzle, which we will solve eventually. Now, I am going to listen to this.
Oops, can't play this record until I take the other one off.
Oh, I can't have it run in the background while I sew? Okay. Wait, wrong one! Oh. I'm bad at records. Did Emily change out of her nightgown before going into town? Good question, Melissa.
It all began that dark, stormy, fateful night when I decided the time had come to rid the world of the creature. But it would take money to do that, and to get money, I needed to confront my arch enemy, Nick, who had recently become able to transform himself fittingly into a giant warthog. When his forest hideaway came into view, I dismounted and approached the door on foot so I could take him by surprise. My fear that he would hear me proved see him sitting in front of the fire. He had returned to human form, but the malicious smile on his face suggested that he was recalling his recent porcine exploits. Seeing that the door was unlocked, I hurled it open and marched across the room toward him. Step away from that bottle of warthog potion, I commanded, and give me the 20 gold coins you stole from my poor servant. I'm not going to give you a thing, save, perhaps, a taste of my sword. And with that, he drew his sword. In an instant, I had drawn mine, and so commenced the fiercest sword fight the world had ever known. The storm raging outside paled in comparison to our battle. To my surprise, Nick's experiences as a lower life form seemed to have improved his skill as a swordsman. I feinted, I parried, and yet victory eluded me. And soon I began to feel my strength ebbing from me. I was tiring rapidly. Summoning every ounce of what little energy remained in my body, I lunged at him one last desperate time. Ouch! Why, you wounded me! I had managed to wound him on his right arm, just above the elbow. Curse you! His words, punctuated as they were by an untimely clap of thunder, sent a shiver down my spine. Save your breath, I intoned, and give me those gold coins. Here, take your precious coins. He tossed the bag of coins onto a chair, but as I reached for them, he reached for his bottle of potion, and in a matter of seconds, my night had gone from bad to horrible.
Okay, so that was a horribly long puzzle. Basically, all of those things are sound effects here on the trivet. Yay, so you'll notice every single sound effect matches up with something on the trivet. Put them all together and you spell out the word Goodfellow. Goodfellow.
I bet a needle goes here.
I bet it does, Nancy. Okay, so let's keep going. Keep going. That was a nice little break. Got to stop playing for a while. So with sewing, you want to follow the line.
No. I can do better. Would I wear this? I can do better than this.
And
would I wear this? No.
Nancy.
Too many mistakes. I'd better do it over.
Nancy forces you to redo this if you make too many mistakes.
Would I wear this? No. I made too many mistakes. I'd better do it over.
In junior mode, you have more room for error. So just be careful and follow the line.
There. Not bad, Miss Drew. Not bad at all.
Alright. Okay, so Saria is asking, what is better, lemon bars or brownies? Clearly brownies are more delicious, but lemon bars are better for you. Okay, so we finished that, and I have to now go all the way back. Let's go to Mr. Topham. See if Mr. Top Hat, we'll see if the guy is there. I hope this isn't a long trip for nothing, because that would make me upset. You wouldn't like me when I get upset with guys who don't have top hats, like this guy.
Now what?
It was nice talking to you.
Good day.
Well, eventually Nancy learns that she needs to take a look at his book, The Cues from A Midsummer Night's Dream. I think it could be that because I'm on senior mode, the game is not going to let me, Yeah, we'll see. Wait a second. We'll wait. We'll see. Okay, jewelry. Gonna pay this guy $2.
Hello, Mr. Waddell.
Rip-off
Are you done
guy.
making that blank?
Have you got my fee?
Right here.
Good. Here's the blank I cut for you. Enjoy.
Fixed your dress, Mr. Archer. Plot twist, he actually made the dress for himself. Because his wife is a piggy bank.
How's the dress coming?
All done.
This is beautiful. Thank you. Now let's see if that key you found opens up Josiah's safe deposit box.
Hooray!
That was Josiah's key, all right. But that is not Josiah's will.
It looks like some kind of journal. Would it be okay if I kept this?
If it was money or jewelry or something like that, I'd turn it over to Topham. But a journal? Finders keepers as far as I'm concerned.
Hooray!
I'll be at my desk if you need me.
Can I take
It's
it?
locked. Naturally.
It's locked. Oh. Okay, so we figured out from the record that Goodfellow, from the record about the guy fighting the warthog, yeah.
7.025 megahertz. Fuck! That's who Josiah played in A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Aha, so this is clearly the clue that lets Nancy know that she needs that book,
7.057
Midsummer
megahertz.
Night's Dream.
Bisbee, 7.050 megahertz. It looks like some kind of record of the people
Josiah talked to
else I
on
can
the
do for
ham
you?
radio, the top ham radio.
I
Wait,
guess I'll be going.
Goodbye now.
well, looks like his wife is nice, you know, his piggy bank wife is right there. Because I'm poor, I'm gonna get some money.
Did you deliver that telegram?
Not yet.
Can't pay you until you deliver it, you know.
I know. See you later.
Oh, where does the telegram go to? At the dairy, right, but the evil interrupting cow was there, okay.
Hello. I need to deliver this telegram to Mr. Jones.
That's me, thanks. You can tell me I'm all wet, but I don't have any money to tip you with. Wait a minute, here, how about a nice fresh glass of milk?
No, thank you. Bye.
Well, I get the money later from the telegram guy. Right now, I am going to do things. Hooray, hooray, hooray. Okay, so I'm going to go to Mr. Topham.
Hello, Miss Drew.
Hi, Mr. Topham.
Now what?
Could I see that copy of A Midsummer Night's Dream you have there?
Why?
Well, you said it was Josiah's favorite play. I'd just like to take a look at it.
It's a very old copy. I'd rather it not be handled unnecessarily, lest it fall completely apart. I'm sorry, Miss Drew, but request denied.
It was nice talking to you.
The feeling is almost mutual.
Ow! 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 I don't make fun of your haircut, Mr. Topham. Why do you make fun of my talkingness stuff? Okay, I'm not good at talking. But we need to get that book, so, we are actually going to sneak in here and steal the book. Through the hidden passageway. Ha ha ha! And I haven't talked to Emily in a while, so I might as well talk to her. Oh, by the way, Emily, you're not crazy. I wonder if the piggy bank knew the piggy bank that was destroyed. Poor piggy.
Guess I better not leave the lights on. I don't hear anybody. Now would be a good time for me to sneak inside and have a quick look at that Shakespeare book.
Ooh, this seems like a good place to save the game. Alright, let's go.
Your mind of all thoughts. Think about nothing save that spoon. Yori, be quiet. You're disturbing us.
Cat wants his toy. So we have to give the toy to the cat, otherwise Mr. Topham is going to be mad. So let me show you what that looks like. Because it's kind of a funny ending scene.
I can't leave yet. I need to give the cat its toy.
Yori, be quiet. What's wrong? What on earth was that? What in blazes are you doing? Sneaking around in here like a common thief? Interrupting one of my sessions? I knew there was something unsavory about your phantasmic pulsations. Well, soon they will no longer be my problem, but the sheriff's.
I like how the background is like just flashing like he's at a discotheque or something. Oh dear, Mr. Topham. Okay, so that's the Mr. Topham ending.
Yori, be quiet. You're disturbing us. Clear your mind of all thoughts. Think about nothing.
Josiah must have circled these quotes. But why? Something tells me I better write down all the stuff that's circled here in my journal.
Nancy should steal that book because it's worth a lot of money, and mess with the spoons while he's gone. Just cuz. Just cuz. So this is coming up on one of the endgame challenges. One of the close to endgame challenges, actually. Should be it. I'll talk to Nancy. I'll talk to her friends and everything when I'm done. Ooh, I can only make one phone call though. Should I call Bess and George or Nancy's father? I could always be sneaky and just use a save game to call both of them. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Disco Topham. Yeah, I think Topham was having a dance party inside the room. Dance party at Topham's. Okay, we have the jewel, which was cut. Hooray. And let me see, who are we going to, call? Well, okay, wrong place. Inside here, we learn that flute is at 7.025 megahertz. So that's flute, so let's actually call flute. No, let's call somebody else first. Let's call Thisbe first. Because Thisbe. You have a different conversation depending on who you call first. So Thisbe is at 7050.
Looks like Josiah was a ham radio operator. Hello? Can anyone hear me? Speak to me. Hello?
I'm Thisbe, but only Puck calls me that. Who's this?
My name's Nancy Drew. I'm afraid I have some bad news about Puck.
Oh dear, they closed the play he was starring in, didn't they? That's why I haven't heard from him. He's too far down in the dumps. Oh, I was afraid it was something like that.
Actually, you haven't heard from him because he passed away several months ago.
Oh my, that's worse, isn't it?
Your Q?
Yes, you see, Puck, or whatever his real name is, or was, Puck wanted to share his love of acting with me, so he gave me a line to say, a very curious line, I might add, and told me to repeat it only after I heard my cue, a passage written by Mr. William Shakespeare.
So if I cue you with a passage, you'll respond with the line he gave you to say?
Immediately. I know it by heart, you see.
Here it goes.
So Katie has a fun comment. She's saying top him, more like stop him, because he needs to be stopped, because he's crazy. Okay, so her cue, which we saw in the book, is if we these spirits have offended, speak but once, and oh, it's right here.
If we
Oh good, I
shadows
don't have to remember
offended,
it.
Think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here, while these visions did appear.
The authorities are alert for bad water, so do not go this way.
The authorities are alert for bad water, so do not go this way.
That's what I was to say, although my delivery was much better when Puck was coaching me.
So this is the thing I was talking about, where depending on the person you call first, you'll be able to talk to them. Whoever you call first, you'll be able to talk to that particular person a bit about Josiah.
So Puck told you he was an actor?
He told me that acting was his life, and that he'd gotten rich and famous doing it. No matter who he was to the rest of the world, that's what he was to me, and that's how I want to remember him. And now, as Puck was fond of saying, I bid you adieu. Over and out.
Whereas I'm pretty sure with the second and third person you call, you cannot have that little fun conversation, any conversation a bit about Josiah. They just say their cue.
Hello? Is anyone there?
And that's it.
Hello?
This is Flute, but you sure don't sound like Puck, so explain yourself.
My name's Nancy Drew.
So where's Puck?
Well, I'm pretty sure Puck's real name was Josiah Crowley, and I hate to say it, but he passed away earlier this year.
Ah, that's a shame. Heck, I never got to give him his sentence.
What sentence is that?
Well, see, a while back, Puck dictated a sentence to me and told me that if and when he recited a certain passage from Shakespeare, I was to respond with that sentence. Weird fellow, that Puck.
If I tell you the passage, will you tell me the sentence?
Well, yeah, sure, I guess. Especially seeing as Puck's no longer with us.
Alright, so who do we have? Is this Flute? This is Flute. Flute, his one was, shall we their fond pageant see?
Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be.
That's it. Here, let me check my logbook for the response. Now I'm supposed to say, leave by road when the owner is in, because then there will be thieves about.
Leave by road when the owner is in, because then there will be thieves about?
Those were Puck's exact words. Well, hope I've been of some help. Over and out.
And as you saw there, I wasn't able to talk to him about Josiah. I didn't get the extra conversation with Josiah because that only happens with the first person you call. So if you're really interested in seeing what people have to say about Josiah, save your game here and then load every single conversation.
Hello? Can anyone hear me? Speak to me. Hello?
This is Pyramus. Who are you?
My name's Nancy Drew. Does somebody named Puck usually call you on this frequency?
Somebody named Puck used to. Apparently he found something better to do. Haven't talked to him in months.
Well, that's because he passed away not too long ago.
Oh, well that's a good excuse, I guess. How'd you know he called me Pyramus?
I'm a friend of his. I found your name and radio frequency in his journal.
So why are you talking to me?
Did Puck, ever ask you to tell him something whenever he read a certain passage from Shakespeare?
Whenever he rattled off this Shakespeare quote, I was supposed to rattle off this stupid saying he gave me. How did you know about that?
Long story. But if I were to rattle off the quote, there's no reason why you can't tell me the stupid saying, right?
Well, come to think of it, he never said the quote had to come from him, so yeah, I guess I could tell you.
Thou speakest aright. I am that merry wanderer of the night.
How'd you know?
Long story. What did he tell you to say in response?
Wait a minute, I had to write it down. Here, you're gonna love this. A barking dog would do well to hold his tongue in a dangerous neighborhood.
A barking dog would do well to hold his tongue in a dangerous neighborhood.
I told you it was stupid.
I really appreciate your help.
Just out of curiosity, what kind of car did Puck drive? Do you know?
I don't think he had a car.
And he tried to tell me he was rich. Over and out.
Okay, so now that we have all those cues, we can solve this puzzle. So Flute, he gave us, he said, hit the road, owner is in, because then there will be thieves about. So, hit the road, the owner is in was this one, because then there will be thieves about. Thisbe, authorities are alert for bad water, so there's no use going this way. The authorities are alert is this one. And then bad water is this one. So, there is no use going this way would be... this one? Yeah, okay, so Pyramus says that there's a barking dog, so barking dog is... I have this picture written down. I drew like my little pictures. So keep quiet. 2 squares. 2 diamonds, really. And then dangerous neighborhood. And then bottom. That was in the note to Gloria. That was kind woman, which is the little cat. Good water. And sky's the limit. And then this gives us another puzzle. Oh boy, everybody, another puzzle. So this is really a difficult puzzle. You just need to get to the end. I have the list here, so I'll just give you the faster one. You take 4, and then you take 8. And then you're going to go 9 and 7? Nine and 7, and then I'll do number 1. That saved me a lot. So now I'm going to do 10, 5, and 6. Josiah had too much time on his hands, and none of this was in the book. In the book, he just hid the thing inside his in his journal, and that was it. The journal was inside the clock, and that was all.
A golf ball, no doubt meant to be used on that golf course of Josiah's.
So we're golfing again. Okay, gotta get a hole in 1. Hooray!
Another safe deposit box key?
Hooray! So that's it. We got a safe deposit box key. Hooray, hooray, hooray. And I'm going to talk to everybody. Uh-oh.
You've got to go talk to Emily. She's in a bad way.
What do you mean? What's happened?
Please, go talk to her. She won't listen to me. I'm no help at all.
Just go back to River Heights, Nancy.
But I think I know where the real Will is.
It doesn't matter. I can't run the inn anyway. I'm going to have to sell it.
What do you mean?
I took a nap after I got back from running errands, and when I woke up, this was in my hand. It's one of the necklaces that I thought had been stolen. I have no idea how it got there. I must do things and not remember. All this responsibility on top of losing Mom. I can't cope with it. I'm having a, what Jane call it, a nervous breakdown.
Emily, just listen to me.
I don't want to talk anymore. Go home. You're just making things worse.
No, Emily, but I want to talk to you. Why are you shutting me out, Emily? Let me be your friend.
I don't want to talk to you.
And Melissa has a good point. Josiah definitely had trust issues. Seriously, he hides everything among like 1,000 people. He's crazy. Crazy old Josiah.
Did you talk to her? Do you see what I mean? No wonder I never saw or heard anything. It was all in her mind.
I'm not so sure, Miss Willoughby. What's more, I think I found something that'll solve all her problems. I'll talk to you later.
So in the book there are like 50, well not 50, but there are at least 10 different people that Josiah left the will to, that he gave money to, but here it's basically just Emily, that's all.
Well,
I'll talk to you later.
I guess I will not be able to talk to them. Okay. Well, let's make the phone calls then, because I want to finish. So, I want to hear what Bess and George have to say, as well as Carson Drew.
Drop a nickel into the slot, please. Very good. Now, how may I be of service?
Hi, Mr. Kowski. Could you please connect me with my dad? His number is KL57187.
Hang on a minute.
Carson Drew,
Hi, Dad.
did you pick those papers up yet?
Yep.
Great. You can give them to me tonight when you get home from Emily's. So what else have you been doing?
I'm earning money by delivering telegrams for Tubby's Telegrams.
Good for you. That's a great way to meet people and to accumulate a little cash, which might come in handy. You're putting extra wear and tear on your car, you know.
Yes, Dad.
What else have you been up to?
I'm pretty sure I saw the car belonging to Emily's banker parked at the side of the road by the Lilac Inn this morning, just before the explosion.
Are you suggesting Emily's banker was somehow responsible for the explosion?
Well, Mr. Archer does have an explosive personality.
It's odd that his car would be there, don't you think?
It's okay to have your suspicions, Nancy. But in a town as small as Titusville, it's very easy to alienate people. Until you know the facts, you'd be well advised to keep your suspicions to yourself.
Goodbye, Dad.
Keep in touch.
I don't remember if Titusville is a place in the actual books. It probably is mentioned at least one point. Nancy does a lot of driving around on the book, so she visits multiple cities.
Drop a nickel. Very good. Now, how may I be of service?
Hi, could you please connect me with Bess Marvin at KL54468?
Just a second. Hello?
Hi, Bess.
It's Nancy again. Stay off my feet this time, okay? Oh, don't be such a crybaby. Hi, Nancy. What's going on?
Emily's banker, Jim Archer, he asked me to sew a dress together for him because he can't pay the dressmaker to finish it.
And the dress is for...
His wife. He says his bank is on the brink of ruin.
Goodness! Which bank did you say this was? Mrs. Farthingham? No. Anyway, maybe this Jim Archer guy just wants you to feel sorry for him. Oh, Bess. No banker in his right mind would make something like that up just to get sympathy. If people like Mrs. Farthingham get wind that a bank is in trouble, they'll pull all their money out, and the next thing you know, the bank has to close. Well, then maybe he's just a cheapskate.
All I know is if Mr. Archer really is hard up for money, he may be willing to stoop pretty low to get it.
My thoughts exactly.
Alright.
That's it for now.
Bye. Oh, and if you call back and we're not here, it means you went to see this movie called The Big Trail. Yeah, this guy named John Wayne is in it. Helen says he's a real dreamboat. We'll let you know if she's right.
Okay, so let us actually finish the game. We need to go to Mr. Archer at this point. Might as well pick up some money. I won't need the money, but I'll pick it up anyway.
Did you deliver that telegram?
I sure did.
Good for you. Here's your money. And here's your next telegram. This one goes to Miss Ross at Sunnybrook Farm. Keep up the good work.
So, Main Street Bank, here we go.
Hello again.
I found another safe deposit box key that belonged to Josiah.
Impossible. Josiah only had one box, and you've already opened it.
Can you tell me whose key this is?
It is one of ours. Where did you get it?
I won it playing golf at Josiah's with a special ball. I had to ace one of the holes.
Why does that sound familiar? I know why. That's what Clara always called me, her ace in the hole.
That's who this key belongs to, Clara Pickford.
Oh, of course. So Clara Pickford was really Josiah Crowley in drag.
So, Clara Pickford was really Josiah Crowley in disguise.
Apparently, he loved playing tricks like that on people and hiding things right under their noses.
Yeah, or he just liked flirting with Mr. Archer while dressed as a woman. Anyway, we found the will. And something funny is going to happen here. You see the maiden name of Emily's mother is Dowd, which is taken from book number 3, but it's sort of a mix-up. The culprit of book number 3, The Bungalow Mystery, the culprit of that book is Stumpy Dowd, so they took her last name from the culprit's name in book number 3.
Gloria Dowd, now Crandall, and Jane Willoughby, circa 1912.
Jane Willoughby? That doesn't look the least bit like Jane Willoughby.
No, it certainly doesn't. I'd better get back to the Lilac Inn and have a talk with her right now.
In the book, Mrs. Dowd is this woman.
Move out of the way, would you please? I'm kind of in a hurry.
You're not going anywhere until you tell me who you really are.
What are you talking about?
I just saw a picture of Jane Willoughby, the real Jane Willoughby.
It's been swell knowing you, sister.
I can't let Jane out of my sight.
Alright, so yeah, that's book number 3. We have Mrs. Dowd pretending to be somebody else in order to steal that girl's inheritance. Okay, so let's get Jane. This isn't the worst challenge ever. It can be a little bit difficult. Basically, you just drive around, and if she ever leaves the screen, you lose. Eventually, Nancy's going to say, "Hey, wait a minute, I have an idea." New York Supreme Court Justice vanishes? Oh no. That's not good.
I can't let Jane out of my sight.
So people in the studio audience are wondering about why Josiah dressed up like a woman and then flirted with Mr. Archer. Mr. Archer is married, so yeah. I think he was just messing with Mr. Archer.
I can't let Jane out of my sight.
Emily did say earlier on in the game that, Josiah pretended to be her aunt at her birthday party, so he was just a mean person being mean to people. Creamery survives near direct impact. A miracle, says the farmer. Okay, so people are saying that, her hair, Jane's hair is, Okay, wait. Somebody's asking a question. Did the fake Jane kill the mother? No, not in the book. It's just a coincidence that, the culprit's like...
Jane out of my sight.
What is it? The culprit just happens to look like this person, and so that's where the culprit gets the scheme of impersonating that person in order to steal the inheritance. That's all. Nancy manages to find, the real person locked up in the basement and such. Although, personally, I kind of question that. I'll do my questions later, because this is the end!
I'll take a shortcut and hit her off.
Yes. This is the end. A cherry good ending. Ha ha! Yeah, looks like I was not...
Why couldn't you just mind your own business?
Looks like I was not choco late for that.
In a couple of days, but I couldn't wait to tell you. I just solved a mystery. I figured out that Emily Crandall's guardian was really an imposter named Marion, who intercepted the letter Emily wrote to Jane Willoughby after her mom died. She pretended to be Jane not only so she could steal Emily's valuables, but so she could convince Emily that she was incapable of running Lilac Inn, and that she should sell it and split the money with her. On top of all that, I found Josiah Crowley's real will. In it, he left Emily so much money that she'll be able to hire all the people she needs to keep the inn going. He left Jim Archer a ton of money, too, which means he won't have to close his bank. And from now on, he'll be able to buy his wife a new dress anytime he wants. As for Richard Topham, Josiah left him nothing, although Topham still refuses to admit that he forged the first will and insists that he's going to contest the will I found. Dad says it's highly doubtful he'll succeed, and that he'd be better off sticking to spoon tricks. Anyway, when you get home, I'll give you all the details over a nice big piece of slightly damaged cherry pie. Wait till you hear that part of the story. As always, Nancy.
And let's see what my award is. I am the Puzzle Pro. Really? Really? I beat this game in lightning speed? 3 hours, 3.5 hours, lightning speed? Okay.
Great news, I think. See, Frank and Joe Hardy have invited me to help them solve a mystery. Only this mystery takes place on a train. But not just any train. A train that was found abandoned years ago in the middle of nowhere. All of its passengers had simply vanished. Some people say the train is jinxed. Others say it's haunted. I mean, it'll be fun to finally get to work alongside the Hardy boys, but I just hope the trip we're going on doesn't turn out to be, you know, one way.
So I always thought that was interesting, this game, that we have two culprits. We have Mr. Topham being the culprit. He was the one who forged the will. And Jane Willoughby, not really Jane, but she's the culprit, pretending to be Jane Willoughby in order to get her hands on the inheritance. Very nice. But, I mean, why does she want to get her hands on the inheritance when, you know, the will hasn't been found, and so there's really no inheritance for her to get her hands on? That's something that sort of confuses me a bit. In the original book series, because they're different books, different girls, different inheritances, it's no problem. So, we finally finished it. Aren't we happy, everybody? We finally finished Nancy Drew. Oh man, and all those pies, they were beautiful pies. They got destroyed. Poor pies. So who gets arrested at the end? Well, in the book, Mr. Topham doesn't get arrested. He just loses his money in the stock market, and so because he's not as rich anymore, he has to move to a much smaller house, and his nasty daughters are forced to actually get jobs and work for a living. So that's what happens there. But Mr. Topham has two houses. Like I said, he has the house on the lake, in addition to his normal house, so you know, he is very, very, very rich man. Dennis Regan, hooray, and all these voices. And, yeah, the other people got arrested too. What do you call it? I mean, the impersonator gets arrested. The impersonator guardian gets arrested in the book. There are two impersonator guardians. Jane is married in the book, but the impersonator guardian is married in the book. We'll see. I'm working on a review for book number 3. It'll probably be up within the week, so... So that's it. Thank you very much for watching this rather long video of me playing Nancy Drew number 12, Nancy Drew, The Secret of the Old Clock.